What is going on, ladies and gents? We are here, Primetime 20. Another absolutely stacked night of fights ahead of us. Dyno MMA defending his belt up against TMF MattyD, the undefeated challenger. This is going to be one hell of an event, guys. I'm stoked for it myself. Blessed, as always, in the commentary booth by Doctor Who, Damien Meyer Main, and one Onrius. How you doing, lads? Pleasure to have you.
Yeah, it's always fun being back in this commentary booth. Anything could go wrong.
love Doctor's energy as always. He's always up in the energy,
yes.
mate. Always.
Back to see.
Well, at least we got. That's why Onrius is here as well. He's got to back us up, my man. Keep the energy up with us. But no, all jokes aside, man. We've got an absolutely stacked night of fights ahead of us. Obviously, Dyno MMA, TMF, MattyD at the top, like we said. Co-main event got GodAteMyPig up against DirtyDave. Those guys are both absolute savages. I think maybe GodAteMyPig's got a little bit of an advantage in the striking. DirtyDave's probably got a bit of an advantage in the grappling, but both guys very, very well rounded. Any particular fights that stand out to you guys?
I think it's the Basics versus JKB. JKB's a grappler. Basics is a very good grappler. Up in the heavyweight division, so it probably benefits Jakey, but it could go either way.
Nice. Yeah, no, there's some sneaky low-key like matches as well. We see Kryptonite King, Mr. Valentine on the main card, and obviously, honestly, one of the most slept-on matches. You see it a little bit earlier on in the match. We've got T4H Southpaw, the man, the myth, the legend, up against TK-Swaggy, the mighty. So we got two very, very high-level competitors matching up all the way through the entire card. To be quite honest, it's one of the bigger cards because we didn't put on a fight night. So yeah, I'm hyped to get it going, man. By all means. Up first, we've obviously
for sure.
Yeah, 100%, brother.
I've been on the receiving end of Southpaw recently. Oh man, he's quite the killer. And then of course, everybody knows Swaggy. He's definitely an extremely high-level competitor, so we're in for a treat.
Yeah, 100%.
The main card is stacked, though. You've got Bang Bang versus Perp just before that, and that's going to be one hell of a fight. We've seen Bang Bang before come in and end it in a round. He's just relentless.
Yeah, no, quite seriously, man. Like you say, killers absolutely top to bottom. Up first, we're going to be having a fun fight in the welterweight division. We're going to be having Nikki BC20 up against Havoc. I'm not familiar with either of these gentlemen. I believe they may be debuting, if I'm not incorrect there. Not incorrect, Doc?
I believe so. Both of them are making their primetime debut, so I'd imagine they're looking to make their names in primetime.
Yeah, for sure, brother, for sure. Always nice to see fresh blood. Been lots and lots of guys coming through, obviously with the opening of PlayStation as well. We imagine we're going to see many, many more up-and-coming kind of talents come through the rankings. Honestly excited to see what goes on from here. We've got many, many big things to come, but tonight, an absolutely stacked night of fights, starting off with these two savages trying to, like you say, get in there, make a bit of a name for themselves, get that first W in the league, and hopefully move on from there.
GSP pick and a Pettis pick. It's weird to see Pettis all the way up in welterweight, to be fair.
Lots of kicks, really.
He's definitely Nick's definitely applying the pressure, which is definitely pretty smart with GSP because he has that great stand-up capability, and if it goes to the ground, he's very dominant and has some pretty good ground defense as well.
Sure.
Got to be wary of that chin though with Pettis, and he's getting clipped a few times before a flying knee earlier. He's managing just to avoid, but Pettis is landing a couple of lovely shots here.
Yeah, GSP's chin isn't exactly the strongest, but he's definitely, in my opinion, getting some of the better trades off. Havoc's definitely finding his range. He's coming into it now, and he's landing some good body shots, and he's definitely working the body quite a bit, trying to slow GSP down, which is probably the smartest decision.
Yeah, well, it's also a fact of he's limiting a lot of what Pettis can do with the kicks, because that's one of the main points of Pettis in those kicks. GSP's arguably got a slightly bit better boxing than Pettis, you could say, and so that definitely gives him the advantage. That split kick is constantly digging into the body.
Yeah,
Another one drops him. The animation with the ragdoll. He's going to follow up with some brutal ground and pound. It's got to be done right here.
Top man with a 98 stat on Jit, and that top man, he's just rained down.
Oh, it is as well.
Finish.
It was, wow. I honestly didn't see that coming, but I wanted to point out something. He was working very well in the pocket, and like you said, limiting Havoc's kicks. And overall, he just started, you know, coming into his groove and pretty much dominated that fight near the end of the round.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you get up against a you know, an active kicker, swarming them, just kind of trying to get inside of that range into a bit more of a boxing range, always going to be advantageous. He did it brilliantly there, able to follow up with some lovely ground and pound, and picks up his first W. So great work by that man. Interesting to see where he goes from here. Only his first fight, but as we see later on tonight, obviously MattyD can be taking on Dyno. Man's 5-0. If you put together a nice string of you know, wins, able to keep that, you can be fighting for a title in the near future too. It's a difficult one, of course. There's so many savages in this league that to keep that is you know, it's very, very tough. Very, very few have managed to do it so far. Obviously MattyD, one of the last ones to do it, and we'll have to see if he's able to keep a hold of it later on tonight up against Dyno, of course. But that was a fun fight. We've got another fun one up next for you guys. We're going to be seeing a TMF Grains first TMFer of the night up against the MoFat Man. Obviously, TMF Grains, I believe, is a fairly recent addition to TMF. Is that right over there, Doc?
Yeah, he's a fairly recent addition. So originally came from the car fighting scene, so he's definitely more comfortable with cars. He's got a great stand-up, working on that grappling to build it up, so he has that in his back pocket, but I'll expect more striking base coming out of grounds in this first fight.
Nice. Obviously, we have the MoFat Man. MoFat Man's also making his debut as well. Both gentlemen are, from what I'm seeing here. So once again, Grains has got the camp behind him. So I know he's been training with some savages, but MoFat Man is also an unknown, you know, prospect. So he can come out with really anything. Could be a grappler, could be a striker. You know, could be an all-rounder. You never know what to expect with these guys, and honestly, it's always adds to it.
Oh yeah, the mystery factor is definitely fun because you never know what's gonna happen.
Indeed.
Yeah, we're seeing another status pick, and
do apologize. It seems to have had a bit of technical issues with this one. Gonna hit a quick intermission. I don't know quite what happened with that. Do apologize.
Yeah, I was confused when I saw the True Havoc again.
Yes. Went on to the wrong one. It seems like that followed on for some reason. Don't know why at all. Like you say, Doc, anything can go wrong. Anything will go wrong.
Yeah.
Always going to be the way, my man.
Doctor had to jinx it.
Yeah.
He had to do it.
Do you know what? That's going to be my excuse, and I'm going to stick to it. All right.
I jinxed it. Always good.
Well, trust me, I'm a doctor. Is like, take that with a grain of salt.
It's a curse of the day. Oh, this isn't me fun.
Just gotta see it going forward. Curse of the dog. That's what we're gonna roll with from now on, dog. And even if you're not here, bro. I thought your motto was do no harm, doctor. We've got the right one. We are here. We're ready to go. Without further ado, here we go. These guys touch gloves. Got MoFat using this interesting calf, tattooed head to bottom. Obviously got the Mexican mush on the other side. Love to see it.
Using a Peter Yan pick as well. That is Grains. He's coming in heavy with those shots. Also, be wary of those takedowns. He wanted to use a Yan. He's got his beat trip now, so he's deadly. Nice little roll to get out of that takedown, but he gets right back into one and just puts him flat on his back.
I have to see what he's able to do here. I didn't actually see what calf he had picked, so we'll have to maybe look out for that in the way that they're striking. But that's a lovely reversal by Mexican Mush. Manages to get on top now, postured up, and gonna rain down some beautiful ground and pound with Peter Yan. I believe he's got the ground and pound perk, is he not?
I'm not actually sure, to be honest. I'd never really bothered to look at Jan's perks properly.
Oh, you know that he's he's such a solid pick. It's hard to really go wrong with him. These are some heavy shots early, though. That damage is definitely going to play a factor, and not where you want to be. Not where you want to be at this point in the fight, for sure.
And so even when someone blocks it and just takes on the block, it actually does a lot of damage, and you notice that their blocks are normally quite a bit lower, so you can make it overcommit, especially early on.
Yeah, he's gonna try to deny these posture ups because, like you said, he may not have a perk, but if you're taking hands to the face, it's definitely detrimental to your health regardless.
It's a very solid start by Grains coming out on top. He's the one who got taken down, and then he reversed him. So this is definitely going to make him question whether he wants to keep this, he wants to take it down coming into the second round if he stays on bottom for the rest. I guess a reversal though.
Reversal.
Love to see it, man. When people get the reversals off, just completely change the momentum. You know, the guy goes from on top, being secured, looking for his next opportunity to push forward. That's an interesting separation. He was low stamina, so maybe a good choice. Goes for the spin kicks to the body. Is that the showboater? Do you think that's showboater or?
I wouldn't be the person to ask for cuffs.
No, I don't use them a lot myself either.
So I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are really calf players, but we got a lot of the guys coming through from the calf scenes recently. Been looking pretty good, to be honest with you. Unorthodox striking from a lot of them, so.
Oh yeah, it's nice to see, you know, definitely off-meta picks instead of, you know, just always seeing Yans and, you know, always the champs. It's nice to see something different for sure because, in my opinion, like, eventually you get to see, like, different looks from everybody except, you know, most of the time people pick metas and it's always the same moveset.
Not even that, because with someone having a moveset, if you know the moveset in and out, you can still use it. So that's why a lot of people choose these such, because a lot of these high-level fighters, they have a very all-round moveset, which means you can use all of it in different ways and you're ready for any position.
Yeah. Well, you know what I meant. Like, it's basically, it's a little bit different.
Oh, it's
definitely a thing that's been in contention. We actually used to in IFL only allow the kind of B-rated fighters for undercards and so on and so forth. And it was a good idea for a little while. I know it's actually something that Crypto's been trying to put forward, so maybe something they look to do at the future. But quite honestly, I understand it. You mean when you're fighting on these events and you're trying to, you know, showcase your skills, you want to be able to do so with the guy that you're the most comfortable with. So you'd imagine, and that's the reason up until now we've kind of allowed it. Obviously, is to allow everybody to fight in the best setting that they can. And honestly, it's lived up to the hype so far. These guys haven't failed to deliver on pretty much any of the cards.
Back and forth, right? As well, on this one especially. Lovely leg kick. He keeps digging into that. Every time Young comes in, he just digs in the leg kick and over and over again. He's doing a lovely job of just working that kick down. Misses though and doesn't counter as well.
Yeah, that was a huge slip, just counter possibility right there. He didn't capitalize on, but regardless, you know, he got out of the way of that kick and he's just landing.
Ooh, that's a lovely major lunge out of it. Comes back with a spinning elbow. Sadly misses. Another dig to that leg. Again, that leg's going to be sketchy coming into that third round if it gets to it.
Yeah, those leg kicks, they're sneaky. They add up real quick. Doing a good job of mixing it up as well, throwing left leg, right leg, going body leg, mixing in a couple of hooks, some straights, and just kind of really poking at the Moffat. Was it the Moffat man? The Muffet man? Something like that. The Muffin man.
The Moffat man? I don't know. It's something. Bob.
So he's doing a good job himself, though. He's had a lot of step offs. You know, he's showing that he's pretty well versed all around himself. His Moffat. He's actually doing a little bit better in terms of the cardio as well, and obviously, like you said a little bit earlier, managed to work that leg. So even though his head health is a little bit behind, he's definitely put in some work that's going to play dividends as this fight continues.
He's got to be a bit more wary with that head movement, because if he gets chopped, if he gets kicked in the leg when he does that head movement, it's going to really not be a fun time. Lovely front kick there, Dutz. Sadly gets blocked, comes out with a couple of boxing punches trying to get past that block, but he keeps defending. Now he needs to be thrown.
Yeah, it's just
working that body as well.
Tearing up at that leg. It's lovely body work coming out of Moffat. Yeah, so far we're just seeing him just. Moffitt looks extremely patient now, and you know he rushed originally in the first round, and he kind of got punished for it on the ground. But now you see him just using his range and just slowly working. Yeah.
Oh my god, man!
Ooh, that was a lovely pullback, especially that
I think that's actually gonna be it. No, he survives it, my man.
He survives.
Crazy.
Both of them are gassed. He gets back up on the feet. That definitely takes him off it round. We were kind of just stalling in between, but then he just started with that kick that starts sticking to that leg.
Honestly, it puts him in a phenomenal position as well through the rest of this fight. We've still got a round to go, man. You see that left leg of Mexican in this round. Obviously, just had a big head, head damage, got rocked, got put down, and that yeah, like you say, that's a fantastic round from Ofat. He's probably won it, especially with that big rock put down right there. And the confidence is probably the most key thing. That's going to give him momentum going into this third round, and I imagine we're going to see him try and maybe push for the finish.
And there's quite a big stamina disadvantage at the moment, and with going up against Yan, that's definitely key, because if he basically has a health or stamina advantage, he gets a force of nature, but now he has to
pressure. Overhand gets dropped. He's just trying to get through that block, attempts to take down, sadly whiffs on it and checks that leg kick finally after 2 spinning heel kick, and he starts layering on the pressure.
Doing great work. Like I said, he's still very dangerous. The recovery's been great in between rounds by, let's be honest, the real champ. And, I mean, that's brutal. The damage is adding up. Chops to the leg after the body health event. Continues to chop at it. He's going to go up top.
That leg is gone.
Head kick is incoming. Oh, goes for the flying knee instead. I mean, he's trying, man. He's
Both of them are trying to kitchen sink at one another. Moffat, man, could back off and just start picking his opponent, but he's still putting on this pressure. It's impressive to see. Jan's taking knees to the head. That leg is dead. Good job he switches out, but now he's going to kick again. He's in orthodox switch back.
Doc, look at his leg right there. Look at his leg. His left leg is so brutally savage. I'm surprised he's standing on it at any point in this fight. I mean, you got to imagine he's trying to pull guard or do anything right now just to not allow that leg.
Laying on that pressure though, he's just spinning anything. He's just trying to throw the kitchen sink. He knows it's kind of this or he's done for. Another takedown though, Moffat deciding that he doesn't want enough of that pressure and gets a lovely denial transferring into the side control.
Yeah, that's the thing. Moffat is able to make him switch every time. It's a default part of the game. Sometimes your stance automatically switches when you get up from a takedown or things like that. And every time he's just targeting that leg, so it's forcing Mexican Mush to basically just constantly
pressure in. He gets clipped by an elbow, comes into that body, starts digging into that body, spinning kick. His body has been rocked. He's seen danger now, and he starts laying on that pressure again. Orthodox.
You see him once again though not get too carried away with it. He landed some good shots, but when he knew that the finish wasn't really there, he started backing up again, and he's looking for Peter Yan to walk onto one of these shots, but gets the takedown there. And with 1:11 to go, the rocks in this round, you've got to imagine he feels like he's up to.
Yeah, it's just excellent range management coming from Moffat.
Jan's also gassed, as you mentioned earlier. He's extremely gassed now and gets a lovely deny there going to that full guard transition. Just waiting. Gets up again. Is he going to stop under the pressure?
Look, honestly...
kicks that leg just into victory.
You see with the animations, right? Where it's like glittering in the stream a little bit. I can barely see that leg health anymore. It's just non-existent. I'm so surprised he's surviving. How he has not been stopped by a leg health event, I will never, ever know. But he is still firing away, and with 6 seconds left on the clock, you never know. There's another
body kick. That body's stunned, and a knee to end it.
One hell of a scrap. This man came to fight. He had a crazy calf. Warrior spirit by the looks of things. And even though he had a very, very difficult debuting first round, he was able to make the adjustment, come back, and honestly put some great work together in that second and third round that has probably picked him up the victory here. We'll still have to see on the judges' scorecard, but probably a formality. I've said that before, though, so we'll have to see.
Those leg kicks were
tempt fight. These judges can go anywhere. We found that out recently.
Yeah, he put on a clinic with those leg kicks. It was just brutal. I don't even know. It was just literally a small pixel of health on that leg kick. That leg.
I've never seen it like that of you. Like, I've never seen anything like that.
No, like I've seen it super low, but I've never seen it literally a tick. Like insane.
I mean, look,
I think I've
unfortunately,
had a few times when fighting Crypto, he just doesn't block his leg, but nah.
well, mate, well, I have to say, like, honestly, Grains, he's going to be back better than ever. He's from a very good camp, but definitely going to have to work on that leg defense. He got that leg tore up in that fight, and it was a great plan from Mofat. Interesting to see where he goes from here, because when somebody mixes it up well to your legs, it can be a very, very difficult night for anybody. With that all being said, though, ladies and gents, we are up with the next one. We have Kevin P up against TMF Too-Lit. Not going to waste any time. These guys are loading in as we speak. Lightweight, I think, in this one. Yeah, this is a lightweight one. We got Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. Always a fun fight in this weight class. Both guys got heavy, heavy hands. Excellent striking all round, and the ability to grapple if needed. But you know, you don't often see that in this sort of matchup.
Poirier's got a better grappling base with a rubber guard, BJJ sweep. Gaethje, I suppose, has dressings, although when I've used him, he has felt like not very good at all. Both of them also got leg kicks. That should also be as noted as we've seen last match. Shows the true power of a leg kick.
I think Crypto's going to want to bust you up after this event, my man. Kevin P, though, I mean, he's coming forward. I believe he's runs a league of his own, and obviously well versed in the community and on the game. So I'm expecting this guy to have very, very clean hands. But once again, up against a tough opponent, TMFers are well, they're motherfuckers, man. They're tough opponents. As he lands a beautiful combinations of shots. Jesus. Head kick the boot.
A head kick going, he digs that body again. He's just going up, down, up, down. He doesn't know where to block. Back and forth. Both of them gets dropped again, puts on this pressure into that clinch.
Yeah, Kevin seems to, you know, be struggling to find his range, and he's just getting countered. When he comes
Jesus, lovely work. That was a beautiful switch under death.
Clipping him.
Mate, killed a man. I've said it once before, I'll say it again. You want to see a dead body? Like, that was pretty savage, man. That was pretty savage. Look, Kevin P, like I said, I know he's going to be back. I know he's going to be better than ever, but Too-Lit tonight, it is all his. The body into the overhand from fucking hell, man.
Yeah, that was a great combo. It's just, sometimes there's nothing you can do. It just, you know, you're trying to block your body, and then suddenly just goes up the head, and there's nothing you can do about it. Been on the receipt of those combos multiple times in my ranked journey.
Yeah, look, sometimes those things happen, but that's a special knocker right there. It was quick. It was in the first round. This guy, he came out to fight tonight, picks up the first W for TMF, and did fantastic looking. So that's one hell of a way to start out the prelims. Jesus. I knew that this card was going to be stacked from the beginning, but to start out with such fun fights like we have already, I can't wait to see what we got in store for us for the rest of them.
You and me both, for sure.
Well, guys.
Yeah, so far so good.
Honestly, these guys, they haven't failed to deliver on any of these cards. They've always been turning up. Everybody's been putting on one hell of a show, event after event. But with that one being said, we are going to be having the first performance of the AJS camp this evening. AJS Ghost, he's going to be making his debut up against Eastside. Obviously not familiar with Eastside as he's making his debut, so unknown talent. Interesting to see what he's going to be doing. With that all being said, though, he, you know, he's up against an AJS, another debuter by all means, but AJS Ghost, who comes from a very, very good camp of well-rounded fighters, but people who generally have those silky, smooth hands. I'm interested to see this one. I imagine that Ghost is going to follow the formula that we've seen from AJS in the past, you know. All those lovely striking. They've had good, well-rounded grappling, and you know, been doing great work. We've seen AJS Scott, you know, pick up. I think he's one of the only other defeated guys at the moment, 6-0, something down those lines. Thompson and Usman as well. Yes, fun stuff, man. Fun stuff.
It's the classic striker versus grappler. That happened. And even then, Usman's building up that striking, and he's got the power to definitely clip you.
Oh, for sure.
Look for the footwork of Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, of course. As you say that, he can't really move his feet if he gets taken down. Eastside not wasting any time securing that. Ooh, I was going to say straight over into top mount, but good denial. And he gets the back.
Okay. Some interesting start-off breaks. Good idea by the Thompson. Usman on his back, gets a gentle leg kick and then starting to back off that using that footwork.
You got to feel that is confidence building there, one Rios for AJS Ghost, right? Able to get up with relative ease and now is working in his wheelhouse.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it was a smart game plan by Eastside. If you can take Thompson down early, you negate a lot of his damage. But, you know, AJ's starting to find his groove, and he's just landing great shots and taking advantage of the fact that, you know, Usman's best, you know, strikes are mainly his jab and his straight. So if he stays in the pocket, he can kind of beat him to the punch.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's got to be careful of that. He's got to be careful of that right there. Throwing kicks on the outside. He eats a beautiful overhand from Wonderboy of all man. Throws a couple of knees and is following for the finish.
This is brutal.
Action packed.
Usman's got to get out of that clinch, otherwise he's going to have no body left and break.
I mean, Usman doesn't have the best kicks, honestly. They're somewhat slow. And, I mean, I've tried him a couple of times before. I couldn't really play him because just I rely a lot on kicks. But, you know, we're just...
If you were on like jab and hook, but instead he's looking to rely on those elbows.
Again, mate, that's...
down with the overhand.
Huge mistake, yeah.
You have to say right there, Doc, right, that the overhand, it's been there a couple... He throws one himself, but not punished for it. It's been there for him. He's had to manage his distance pretty well so far, has Ghost. He's not right now. He's getting pressured pretty heavily, but...
Yeah, but even then, he's known when to pull back. He's known when to throw, gets clipped from the uppercut and the elbows.
You have
basically he's coming out.
You have got to be careful though. That power of Kamaru Usman is no joke. He's sneaky powerful. You think he throws a little bit slow, so you know maybe doesn't look the most impactful when it lands, but you see the chips it does to head health quite large already. You see him going up quadruples on the elbows. Those are some crazy combinations.
A jab, rear hook's normally one of the best combos for Usman. If you stand front, you can normally clip away from that chin and get better damage off for a trade, but instead he's going more for the sporadic approach. As we're seeing, he's definitely just getting clipped. He's using a lovely bit of heading.
Oh, Jesus. Honestly, Ghost is coming alive right now. We can't see the stamina of his opponent, but you've got to imagine it's eating something, and so is his head health, the combinations to boot. And again,
Ooh.
Jesus. Savage knockout by AJS Ghost.
Hey, Cyrus, you want to see a dead body?
There's too many of them, man. There's too many of them. He's got these bodies piling up. Bean pies for everybody.
But I was going to say, before, you know, he started coming into his footwork and really didn't need it, originally, you know, he was taking a little bit of block damage and taking a bit of damage from Usman, and I was gonna say I would like to see more, you know, the arm extensions, you know, get his range back, but he didn't really need it at the end of the day.
But though they are excellent ways of managing your distance, you are right. I've tried to use them a little bit more myself recently, but everybody's got those slightly different styles. You know, there's pros and cons to them all. AJS Scott looking fantastic tonight, and interesting to see where he goes from there. Like I said, debuting from a great camp, obviously looked fantastic tonight. So all to play for that man, and plenty of things in his future for sure if he's able to continue to put on performances like that.
So really nice to see Wonder Boy in the mix. You don't usually see it often.
No, for sure. With that being said, guys, we are going to be taking a very, very brief intermission just as we get the next fight set up for you guys, and we'll be straight back. And with that, we are back at it. Sorry for the short intermission. We're going to be having one Rios. He's going to be stepping in up against one and only Two Soul. This is going to be a welterweight fight. Going to be a fun one as always. Going to be interesting to see what this man's able to do.
Indeed. Both of them are coming off the losses, looking to get themselves back into that winning category.
Yeah, man. All to play for, nothing to lose, you know.
98. That's an interesting pick to see. Don't see that very often, at least, especially in the game's current meta.
Yeah, you gotta love it. I love personally, I love the RDA pick. Even though the chin is a little bit compromised, he has a very well-versed skill set. You know, just has all around the ability to mix it up and do really whatever you want, just to your opponent's you know, kind of weaknesses and look to exploit them. But with that being said, obviously Tony Ferguson is an absolute savage in his own right. The man has incredible durability, has power in those hands, and is unorthodox as anybody in the game. So we'll have to see how these guys shake up, but two interesting combinations. How would you approach it yourself, Doc? Are you taking him down if you're RDA, or are you looking to strike a little bit more?
I think what I'll be doing is currently this. I'll be just seeing how the Ferguson strikes, seeing how it works. I don't want to be scrapping the Ferguson if I can help it. The rubber guard's not something I want to deal with. The sprawl from the full guard from side control is also not a fun one to deal with either. So there's got a few transitions that can be not fun to deal with, and he's just doing a lovely job here, poking in and out of waiting for him to wear those weird darts, get throw kicked in the face, and starts working that body.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was going to say, I think one of Tony Ferguson's only weak spots, if you can call it that, is his leg health. So RDA does have that fantastic Muay Thai style, maybe look to implement those leg kicks if he can, but definitely needs to defend his body right now. He's getting eaten up by these knees. Hold RT, LT, back to the Wizard side, and he exits. There it is right there. Good exit, good defense. Had a little bit of an unnecessary amount of damage to the body, but these things can happen. Gotta be careful not to eat too much more as he lands a teep to the face right there.
Both of them just stand out. He's actually making, he seems to be like breeding iron takedown with those, with constantly flicking down to the low block, which is interesting to see. Maybe he's a bit scared of the takedown. You wouldn't expect a Ferg to shoot. If someone's going to take it down, you would expect the RDA. Ferg's only got about an 86 takedown maybe, so he's not fun to shoot a takedown on.
No, for sure. He's real solid, man. He really is solid. Like I said, I would like to see him start to work some of the hooks behind the jabs. I feel like Ferguson is getting off the center line really well and countering. Got to be a little bit careful about wasted opportunities like that. You know, the knees into distance, they tax your stamina quite heavily. Can be easier said than done, though, of course, in the heat of battle. You can occasionally press a button you weren't meant to.
Yep. The RDA's already got a bit of lower stamina than the Ferguson, which may be an issue coming to later rounds. You get wobbled with that pressure, gets an overhand on.
Holy shit!
That finish. That was a brutal beginning round.
Hey, when people are setting up these combinations to put their opponents down, they ain't wasting, they ain't joking, man. They're coming in with absolutely brutal intentions.
Indeed. Kind of the name of the game.
Some guys, you know, you look to go out there, and some people are maybe fighting a little bit more technical, looking to work behind less powerful shots, but you can tell just in the way that these guys are setting up their combinations. You know, they're looking to cause maximum damage in everything that they throw, and it makes for incredibly entertaining fights and very high risk and reward type styles, you know.
You see there, that overhand clipping at the very end, getting knocked down, probably securing the round for Ferguson. You'd imagine just at the end though, with Omrius getting that takedown, and imagine he'd be looking for that now coming into his second round and being the name of the game.
I mean, look, Joey over here with the red gloves, Tony Ferguson, better stamina right now. You've got to imagine that he's feeling a little bit confident with that, looking to rip to the body as well, which was really nice, but got to be careful not to throw too much and eat some shots yourself. Does a good job of defending himself so far, but I mean, quite honestly, it can only take one when your stamina's that low. Poking at him with this distance with Tony Ferguson, using that very subtle reach advantage to his, you know, in his favor.
Another issue I am noticing though with Omrius is that when he does do a kick, he's telegraphing it and moving forward. If he wants to throw a body kick, he's going to need to plant. It's more hidden, it's more straight, and he'll probably more likely to land.
Yeah, for that you can throw a straight behind, you know, before it, and that will speed up the shot as well. Straight, straight same side kicks are beautiful. But you're right, of course, always planted shots are going to be better. But in terms of speed, nevertheless, maybe not the right shot for the moment. You know, right now he's doing a good job, and quite honestly, the stamina's not looking fantastic for RDA.
Oh, armbar. This is a deadly position. Low stand. Ferguson's got a high sub offense last time I checked. Both of them doing very well. Needs to go a bit slower on that bar. Try to stay on the blue, which he's now doing, but he's got to be careful with the slam button and leaves it open. And gets it. Lovely job here, slamming out of full guard into that side control, holding the top position. Let's put into half guard though.
Yeah, he's looking to stay active. You've got to be careful though. Obviously, Tony Ferguson's incredibly dangerous off his back. He's got submissions from every single which position. RDA's doing a good job landing ground and pound, maybe being a little bit more reserved than he would have been before, just trying not to get his stamina low. And I think that's an intelligent move. You don't want to just completely bust your stamina here. It's unlikely you're just going to throw a combination and, you know, finish Tony Ferguson.
The side control I've just seen several times.
In potential.
I'm not a bit sure, but I think if it was, it's not a typical fake you see.
Playing mind games, man.
Here,
Okay, rubber guard, you know I love this position. Able to clamp down, they'll see if he's able to hold it, and he is. That is great work, Tony Ferguson. Omoplata, this could be it. Low stamina, Tony Ferguson. Is he going to chain it?
Go-go instead. Go-go's
yes.
Always a good one. To a go-go though.
If he's able to trace him, that bar's going to go up quick. He's got to stick to him a little bit like glue. Cannot let him edge out.
Slow it down a bit. It's definitely high, but it seems like RDA is just about to escape, to be fair. But I say that, and it's actually increasing the pace, and gets out, narrowly avoiding it.
After it gets after it gets past that halfway point, man, the rate in which it shoots up is just crazy. Good defense to stop the posture up there, though, and he's got to be having a big sigh of relief, you would imagine, after that type of submission attempt. Goes for the back sit, and this could be bad for him. Gets out of it straight away. Oh, I did not see that. I did not see that. Maybe not as risky as I thought.
Yeah, would have been risky with about a minute left, but hey ho. That's a definite show. I would give that to the Fergie, so Fergie maybe up 2 rounds. Omrius needs to get that 3rd round. But it could go either way. That round was a definite competition in grappling. Ferguson showed that submissions. It was nice to see. Charge your gloves into the first, no?
Oh, gives him the
Kick
bow.
a bow instead.
Yeah, he ain't getting a bow back. Joey isn't playing. He's playing for keeps.
Yeah, he's just looking to knock your block off. This is that leg kick, knees to the body instead. Both of them are kind of still uncertain on their range, even entering the 3rd round, even wanting to commit on the pressure.
Good leg kick from him, and he's definitely looking to land some nice shots. His RDA here, trying to time him as he comes in. I think these guys are entering into a little bit of a chess battle now, or trying to just kind of edging on that range, stepping off. Big punish right there. Surprised he didn't get a rock from that.
Indeed, very pushing on that pressure though. Now back and forth, that leg, body, shot.
The thing is that either guy, Doc, they're exploding, right, and their stamina's low, and then their opponent is just bursting back on them with a combination, trying to catch them on that low stamina punish. But they're doing the exact same thing, so it's just kind of back and forth with landing 3-4 punch combinations. One of these guys probably going to put the other one out soon. You've got to imagine this hand's just high enough, man.
Both of them are back and forth. Both of them, their health to not going down either. They're just landing, but they're also landing the block. So it's only 1 or 2 shots are actually getting by. And so it's keeping them slightly alive. Lovely head move by that Fergie, missing that front kick and starting to put on the pressure again.
Yeah, doing good work. And honestly, the slips into those body rips are looking beautiful. Gotta love to see it. And again.
And that body shot then goes for the takedown and ends up against the cage, breaks with the hooks, and then starts putting on his pressure again. And goes for another takedown, gets denied on the focus, and holding the big to the bodies. So.
Yeah, this stamina's really hurting right now. If Joey's able to just pick his shots a little bit better, step that extra step inside of the range, he may be able to cover that distance on the overhand he's been looking for, but that's a lovely little head kick. Still looking to pressure forward, but the stamina's just not there for him, and Tony can look to come back and punish.
He's hitting, but then the Ferguson's back in that range, and then he's just whiffing so much. And Ferguson's
mate, that's beautiful.
Shot. I know when I say that, he gets an elbow and pushing that pressure again. Takes him down a lovely takedown there, following off the jab.
Yeah, and I mean, with such low stamina, I was surprised at how clean that entry was. He just kind of shot through him, turned instantly, and secured it. I mean, that's good work from him. Only 50 seconds left on the clock, but he's probably going to push for something as he gets reversed. This is really dangerous. Low stamina. Low stamina. Is he going to get...
When he gets a full guard reversal, it's just a
But
back
honestly,
and forth.
this is almost even fine if you're Ferguson. I mean, I would have hit the submission if I was him almost instantly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
not
he's only
really
got
enough
20
time.
seconds left.
Yeah.
It's just a couple of more shots, but again, it would be in control time. It would have led to the judges. So now it's just a waiting game. 8 seconds left, 7. And you'd imagine this is where the fight ends, going to a decision. Could go either way. Lovely job by both opponents. Back and forth round was consistent. Both looking for that finish.
Yeah,
Again, early knockdown by the Ferguson.
Had to mute it up. Too much music, you know. Get hit. Got Tony Ferguson picking up the W. That's good shit for that man right there. Picks up his first dub. And yeah, we'll have to see what he's able to do from there. The submission was close earlier. RDA did a fantastic job of defending. You know, good thing he has obviously that high defense in terms of the sub D, but not going Xan's way this evening. Joey picking up that dub, and sure he's going to look to try and build on that one-on-one now. Moving on to the next one, 29-28 across the boards. That's pretty good shit, man. Pretty good shit all around. With that being said, though, guys, we are straight on to the next one. We're going to have the man, the myth, the legend, Broomstick. He's going to be stepping in against the ever dangerous and honestly just all-round nightmare on this game, Lepo. You were a former campmate of Lepo's over there, Doc, and you can attest to how dangerous that man is.
Oh god, yes, brilliant striker. Started to work in that grappling just as a left ICB, so he's definitely competitive all round. Lepo recently also left ICB, been working on his own, and he's improved in massive ways as we've seen previously on a lot of these primetime cards.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like honestly, he's one of those guys. I don't know. He's kind of like one of the guys that just finds me every time I go unranked. My first fight, he's always there. He's always lurking in the corners, looking to take your points, and I think that's what he's trying to do tonight. He's going to have his work cut out for him, though, of course. Broomstick is a dangerous man himself, and with these picks, this is going to be one hell of a fight. Bantamweight, Jose Aldo, obviously Rob Font, always going to be a fun one. I believe one race is going to be
addition to Bantamweight, but he's a competitive one. He's longer than Peter Yan. He can outstrike a Peter Yan, for God's sake. And he's a
power, brother.
Choice, even with Cody. He's really such a good pick in Bantamweight.
I believe we're going to be having a Mr. One Race join us back in the commentary booth after he's ready from his fight. But these guys now starting out nice and quick, looking to work the leg kicks early. Always a good choice if you're picking a Jose Aldo pick, especially against somebody that has such strong boxing. You know, they're often quite heavy on that lead leg, looking to work off the jab and so on. So just firing out those leg kicks, stopping their ability to step out. Misses big.
Leg kick though gets stick to that body.
Yeah.
You see again, the Aldo's just missing a couple of shots. Lepo's doing a good job of just coming in and out of pocket, trading when needed to, but allowing the shots to whiff.
Yeah, so far, both men trading in the pocket. Now, I just wanted to say one thing is, good performance by Tio Sol. I kind of had some nerves going into that fight, so I didn't perform as well as I hoped, but, still a stellar performance by him.
Yeah, no, but these things happen, brother. These things happen. Believe me, I've suffered defeat many, many a times at the canvas on occasion, but these guys trying to make each other do it just that right now. You see Lepo go into body rips, and that was obviously a staple of the ICB camp. These guys, they like to rip to the body, and they do it so beautifully, do it very, very effectively, always catch you at like big vulnerability moments, and it can end your night, Doc, in a matter of moments.
Oh yes, the classic ICB body rep you see.
Just
kind of perfected it, and when I say that, he just gets
beautiful
as he goes for a body shot, and now the Aldo is starting to put on that pressure. Backs off though. That cardio by the Aldo should be on night, may not be lasting.
Still going back to that leg kick there, Bonrios. I mean, look, Jose Aldo got that leg kick for days, right? The power is there, but it sets up the head kick as you go throughout the fight. And with somebody's power like Jose Aldo, it only takes one.
And then he could start feinting with those leg kicks and just draw that block down, and then boom, right for a high kick if he wants to.
Exactly right, bro. It's dangerous gameplay. I mean, obviously, it slows your opponent down. Good body rock there from Rob Font, though.
Yeah. That was a nice
head kick, though. Lovely job there, reaching that to the very far corner.
Yeah, that was a nice counter to the body kick being just a little bit too much in range to that. So I definitely would if I was him, I'd work on staying out of range. If I was
Aldo's got to be a bit more wary of setting that leg kick up. Narrowly avoids is getting punched in the face on that very close body kick.
Honestly, after that leg check, it was a moment where I feel like Lepo was going to take massive confidence. He's now got a stamina advantage. He was able to check the leg, and he's just going to work those hands. Look at that rock right there, the brutal combination to follow up.
Exactly what you want to be doing here.
Yeah, I mean, Rob Font is an excellent fighter, especially on the front foot with that boxing. You've got to love it. He's working behind his jab really well, setting up those combinations, but Broomstick is not out of the fight yet. He's firing back combinations anytime that he sees Font step inside of range. Eats another hook, though. Great round from these two guys.
Into that second round.
Yeah, we're just seeing some great combos coming from Lepo, along with some really good head movement. He's just knowing his range already, and I do believe Broomstick's got to make that adaptation. He needs to find his range more and start masking his leg kicks with a few combos, maybe a jab before, maybe a jab straight.
He's looking to work off the back foot, and honestly, one of the beautiful things about Jose Aldo, not just the kicks, he has an excellent jab if you do want to start walking forward, but on that back foot, his ability to snipe with the jab, snipe with the straight, it's a really, really snapping straight, and can often get the hits done off your opponent, just kind of stop them in their spots like that, but Lepo's not having any of it. He's firing back with vengeance.
So I gotta remember the Font does have the reach advantage, so he can snipe whilst pressuring and just manage to avoid. Nearly gets slipped by a lead elbow, and Aldo starts putting that pressure, but ends up backing off as soon as he feels like he just doesn't have anything competitive to throw.
And the great thing we're seeing from Lepo is he's applying just, heavy pressure, but he's being very patient. He's throwing, 1-2 combination strikes. He's throwing just 2-punch combos. And he just checks another one, and that leg is pretty much...
Honestly, there's two things I'm seeing right now. We're seeing Lepo, right? His body work is absolutely beautiful. We see a little bow from him right there, but honestly, his body work is sensational tonight, but we're seeing Broomstick go to the body uppercuts quite a lot. Oh! Jesus, the follow-up shots. Get in there, Herb. What the hell are you doing, man? He was out.
It's a Peter Yan stoppage all over again.
He's sprinting from the other side. Just nowhere to be seen is Herb Dean on this one. I mean, what made him think he was coming back? The guy was out on the ground. That was a brutal, brutal combination. Great fight from these two. Knew it was going to be a fun one from the start, but Lepo picking up another beautiful win. Like I said, he's a danger for absolutely anybody. We know Broomstick's going to be back better than ever. He's had up and down performances. He's always looking good, though. Always looking to make improvements, and we've seen it time after time from that guy. But yeah, one hell of a win from Lepo, and his bodywork tonight looked sensational. It's probably the best bodywork we've seen out of that guy, I think ever, man. He looked really, really on point tonight.
There was one issue with how Lepo fight, and it was just the fact he was throwing those body kicks within punching boxing range. But apart from that, as you said, he was just an impeccable job going through it, making sure using the reach of Rob Font and just working that boxing and mixing to the body as well.
Yeah, for sure. We've got two absolutely OGs of the league matching up from the Oceanic region, I believe both gentlemen are. We're going to have BZ Nelson up against Mystic Mac. Mystic Mac, former IFL champion, we've mentioned it before, loves to work his jab, really, really good at all-around striking. He's going to be up against a grappler primarily. I mean, Nelson can strike, don't get me wrong, but he is a really, really good grappler. I've said this, and these guys have kind of made opposite picks by the looks of things. We're going to be having BZ Nelson using Jose Aldo and Mystic Mac using Brian Ortega. Absolutely opposite picks, but I think that's maybe to try and counteract each other and their skills.
Yeah, it's a very opposite pick. Nelson's typically the grappler, and Mac's usually the person who does a fantastic job at using that jab straight just to work someone down. He's gone opposing ones, as you said.
We'll have to see how these guys shake out. I wonder if Nelson's going to shoot the double leg anyway.
You never know. He's out though, starting from that boxing, and we've seen Nelson starting with that jab straight instead.
Yeah, I don't know who this favors more. Maybe Nelson has been making some adjustments with his campmate. Obviously, he comes out of the Black Zillions camp, but lovely rip by... Oh, Jesus!
Jesus, both of them are coming here looking for the kill. Both of them throwing shots. Now we ended in the ground pound with Mac on top of
once again separates. You knew it. Even though he's got the Brian Ortega pick, he doesn't want any of that. Nelson is dangerous down there, but Mystic Mac obviously feels an advantage in the hands and is showing us why. He just rips up that jab, keeps popping in his face, planting on the straight behind it, and you've got to be a little bit worried, right, One Rios, if you see this type of output and land percentage this early.
Ooh.
Sure, I mean, definitely if you're going prone with a knockdown like that, you know, pretty much 45 seconds into the round, it's definitely worrisome. It's a mental, you know, it's a mental stagger for sure. So he has to come back, he has to focus, slow down, maybe apply some pressure to slow.
Oh my god, man, he needs to, he's got to get him off rhythm, man. Mystic Mac is on fire tonight, Doc. He's landing everything. I don't think he's missed a shot so far. That one he did.
No, he hasn't. He's just hitting the block. He's either hitting the block or hitting Aldo in the chin. He's ranking fantastically. We saw Aldo in the last fight. He had a 94 chin in Bantamweight.
Oh my god!
91! And he has no chin currently.
Mac just put on a clinic. That was insane. He was just domination from the start.
Do not blink, folks. Mystic Mac did not come to play. These guys are obviously familiar with each other, but they came out tonight and started stupidly quick. Mystic Mac did not need any feeling out process at all, man. He came out and landed his hands with absolute, you know, like pinpoint precision from the very, very get-go, and it was tough uphill battle for BZ Nelson from there. Once again, tough opponent. He knows he's going to come back, man. This isn't going to dissuade Nelson, but Mystic Mac looking phenomenal. Another man that's looking probably the best that we've ever seen him. Up against a really, really tough opponent like Nelson as well. That's a phenomenal win. He made it look easy tonight.
Indeed, it was a scary thing to see, especially with an Ortega pick of all things, which is just frightening because Ortega's not a fun person to grapple, a bit like Fergie, so all fun and games.
Yeah, for sure, man. We've got a gentleman that recently stepped in on short notice and got his first win on the ESFL network card. He's Satchmo Life. He's going to be facing up against FSK Cryptic. Once again, Satchmo Life looked really, really good on his ESFL network card. He came out, put on a good performance, able to pick up the W, but he's going to be up against a really, really tough opponent tonight. He's going to be fighting, like I said, FSK Cryptic. We know what the FSK guys are very, very dangerous. They've looked very, very good. Pretty much everybody's been putting on stellar performances from that camp. So it's going to be one hell of a fun fight. Don't really know which way this one's going to go, to be honest with you. It's a very, very, I think it's a very, very competitive fight.
Yeah, I don't know. They're both of them are up and comings in the league. Both of them showcase that they are both competitive, both good. Cryptic would have the grappling all the way back from being the LFC cap. Satchmo has arguably fought the best in other leagues as well, with notable names like DirtyDave, so could go either way.
Yeah, no, I've heard good things about Satchmo. Like I said, I haven't seen him in some of the outside promotions, but from what I've seen of him in primetime so far, he's looking very, very good. Maybe has a very bright future within the promotion. Got a TJ Dillashaw pick, and I know not a lot of people are massive fans of it, but you do get to see people go together and try to work out who's the better pick, at least. Very, very much a testament of who's got the better skill, if you will. Lovely little trip early. I was going to say from Dillashaw there, but that wouldn't have really narrowed it down. FSK Cryptic.
Cryptic's in the blue blood, Satchmo's in the red, just so.
Good work from this man right now, landing nice inside shots. Got to be careful though, Cryptic's firing back, but that's a big miss.
Oh. My end froze, I was confused, I didn't know.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, your end is froze as well? Alright, my bad guys, I'll sort that out for you.
Yeah, that's why we were so quiet. I was like, is it box?
I'll bring it back to you guys. These guys on stream should still be seeing it though, so I'll get that fixed for you guys. Honestly, these guys are firing away right now. Looking very, very good. Cryptic on the inside, working nice shots. Satchmo's got to be careful while he's inside that pocket. Keeps getting lit up with just short combinations.
Deep into the boxing combinations and trying a few couple kicks in. Looking maybe for a couple big shots past the block first.
Do apologise there, ladies and gents, some technical issues, but they are... oh well. But we are okay, we are back with it.
dig into that body again. Both of them come back.
Oh, it froze for everybody, apparently. Okay, that sucks. Well, we're back. Apologize for that. Don't know what that is. Hopefully that is the last of it.
5 minutes. The doctor's curse coming back.
Yeah, let's blame Doc. Let's blame Doc. Not my fault at all. No. No, these guys are throwing down though. Enough of the problems, guys. These guys are putting on one hell of a fight. I'm glad that we didn't get them, didn't miss it at all. Still early in the, late end of the first round, but plenty of time to work. Looks very, very even on stamina. Once again, Dillashaw, if you will, the red Dillashaw.
Takes that top mount though with Satamo getting quickly out. Maybe he looks at that posture up and then goes to that side control. Instead, he opts to rain a couple of shots ground pound and he's landing past that block, doing a bit of block damage as well. So it's always something to say.
Well, like you were saying, TJ Dillashaw mirror match usually, shows the personal skill level of a player. Like basically, if they have the mirror match. So it's definitely interesting to see because, Cryptic had some really nice moments, but it seems like Satchmo is coming into his groove and basically just applying the pressure. And he definitely seems a little bit more dominant on the ground.
Say that as Cryptic started to land a few more shots at the very end, so he's definitely done an effective job. Both of them staying fairly easy from what we have seen in between. You would definitely probably give that to Sachimo though, so Cryptic's down one, but still got another two to go, and it could go either way. Yeah,
very, very even thus far in the fight. I think, like I said, a slight advantage to Sachimo. He looked a lot more confident on the ground, maybe especially in that top control position, but honestly, Cryptic's hand in these inside positions are very, very clean. They've been looking very good on the inside. His shot selection has been interesting. He's kind of mixing up a combination of uppercuts and hooks and throwing in those straights to stop kind of all sorts of head movements, no matter where you put it. But lovely combination from Sachimo.
What I've noticed earlier is kind of bothering me is they're trading in the pocket, and then you see one of the guys throw a body kick like right in front of them. It's like if I was if I was Cryptic or if I was Satchmo in those moments, I'd try to step in and just counter because they're throwing a body kick right in front of you. Just let it fly.
Oh, lovely pullback. Ooh. Minor pullback. Made it look silky smooth and ripped the combination, but all blocked from his opponent. Cryptic's doing a good job of keeping his hands high and mitigating a lot of those high damage combinations coming his way from Sachimo.
Sachimo's just digging to that body over and over again. He's letting Cryptic whiff, lead with those lead hook, jab, and then just coming back with a clean body shot to the body, working at stamina. Gets the takedown here into the side control, gets put into half guard though. It's only limiting the possible danger, but he has to be wary of the posture up.
At this point in the fight, Sachmo and Cryptic have found the range, but I do believe Sachmo has found his timing just a bit faster than Cryptic. He's landing better shots, landing some of the heavier and better combos, in my opinion.
Well, you can probably attest to this as well, guys. For sure I know you can as well, Doc. It really makes a big difference just how you start those opening 30 seconds. If you manage to start clean and you start it off on the right sort of momentum, it's easy to snowball that. It's a lot harder to kind of pick yourself up and make those adjustments to come back from victory, right?
Yeah, unless you have the ability to find one big shot early in the late into those rounds, you're very much playing a backwards game. Just trying to rebuild that pressure, and sometimes you just have to completely change game. Both of them just doing roll through polies on the octagon floor. Both for a guillotine gets denied.
Yeah, sometimes you have to fight for a decision when you're on the back foot in round one, and it's always that feeling is like, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough to win this fight?
Well, the thing is, Cryptic kind of did the right responses, man. Even when he got, some early adversity, started to look for the counters and just look to recover. But Sachimo's just not giving him a room to breathe right now, especially in these grappling exchanges, only with 15 seconds to go and working as many shots as he can. But for the most part, good blocking by Cryptic. Once again, keeping his defense very, very high.
Yeah, well, that's a solid end to round two. As you can see, Cryptic got grappled basically to death there. So it's probably Cryptic's time to look for that third round finish, if anything.
Yeah, he has to avoid the ground, just keep his range and work on his timing just a little bit.
Sachemov's done a really good job at that that rear kick. He's just digging it constantly into the body or head. Comes in that leg to kick shot.
I have to say, I was going to say, he had to be a little bit careful of those kicks there. It looked like Cryptic was trying to time him with the check hook when he was kicking inside of range, but he didn't waste any time getting it down, and that's no longer an problem for him. He's back where he's probably going to feel the most comfortable. He's looked really, really good in this top control position throughout the fight.
Guess the stack guard is an interesting position. You normally see it quite a lot IRL, but here you don't, just because of how limited it can be. Lovely block damage and a bit of the head to leak it through. Gets a reversal into that.
Oh,
denies it.
That was. See, I have trouble denying those because you have to do it immediately, but it's very nice to see the high level skill outshine and basically show us that it is a possibility you can deny those.
It's more a pre-deny, if anything, I will admit.
Yeah, no, 100%. Some of those positions are, right?
Right at the moment, I didn't know.
Feinting the arm triangle, working the body shots, going for the arm triangle again and sinks it in. Is he going to be able to trace him well enough to sink the submission in? Plenty of time on the clock, but they're not the easiest ones to get as he bails on it. Probably the wisest move as he wasn't able to trace it early.
So the only arm triangle is either you are looking to get it or you're looking to get it to the third stage, just so you end up in the side control position. Instead gets his back taken. Cryptic now on top, maybe looking to do a bit of work, but instead he gets up. He's probably looking to time, as you said earlier, that check hook on the kick.
Oh!
Gets bit by the overhand. Kick to dead.
Mate, the slip was just millimeters away.
That was so close. I felt that from here. That little breeze. he almost, like, if that landed, I think it would have been
looking
open.
for a finish, though. He's two up and he's looking for a finish. Both of them.
They're just going for
big.
That one
Whoa!
big pull, but it just, Sajmo was wise to back up. That would have been huge.
Left gets to deny it on the takedown. Cryptic's.
I mean, that's what you want to see with a minute on the clock, right? He's potentially even 2 rounds down. He's eating some big shots right now, body shots.
Dig into that body. Body stand there.
This is definitely
body kick.
He has to get off the cage. He's just getting backed up and just taking so much damage.
Head kicks. Someone's got that low stand. Both of them are fairly low stand, but with 30 seconds left, it's Cryptic who needs to finish it.
Lovely work.
Lands a Superman punch though.
He's just working him,
left and he's going on that pressure too.
Oh no, he fucked up. That must be accidental. That must be accidental.
That must have been. That was a weird transition, and with that, it was just a fight.
I think if he had the time to finish it, but I do believe he accidentally went to side control instead of staying postured up. It was still a great fight. Still a great fight. I mean, Sajmo definitely showed he came to win. It was, I think he definitely pulled out the victory. He's just overall better ground game. He got his timing quicker. You know, he basically just found his range faster in his timing, and it just went downhill from there. Like you said, it was a snowball effect. It was definitely a good performance by Cryptic, but he definitely has to go, look at the drawing board, because as you see the stats, as we said, it wasn't exactly as close as we thought.
No, quite honestly, like I said, Sajmo did a great job throughout that fight of just mixing it up, mixing in the grappling. Because quite honestly, in a striking for strike fight, Cryptic looked like he would have won that type of exchange, but ultimately, mixing it in throughout the fight, taking him down, making him work on the ground, started to set up his hands as he went through the fight, and Sajmo looked to land it more and more as the fight progressed, and he got caught big at the end, right? But he was looking.
Oh yeah.
He was just kind of picking up that slow snowball effect and just consistently just doing enough to win, and kind of making those advancements. Got to feel bad for Cryptic, but nothing to feel bad about with that guy, man. He looked good. It's definitely in spots. His striking looked fantastic. Interesting to see where he goes from here, but obviously up next we have little time to waste by any stretch. We're going to be having the Jolly Green Giant up against Salty Joey. I believe these guys are going to be in lightweight. Shall be another fun fight. Lightweight is one hell of a weight class. You have such diversity in the types of picks that you can get, whether it be grapplers, whether it be strikers.
There's a few standouts, I would say. Poirier is definitely one of them. He's got the striking and the grappling, but as he said, both lightweight is, as you said, a very diverse mix of fighters.
Yeah, for sure. And you love to see it because even if you get like 5 fights in a row, all of this weight class, you'll see multiple different matchups. Like most of the time, you normally don't see the same 2 matchups because it allows everybody to play around a style that's a little bit more tailor-made to them. You know, you just kind of have to pick what type of style you want to play. You've got a couple of well-rounded fighters, but it's not like they don't have their fallbacks either. You know, everybody's got their big positives, everybody's got their big weaknesses, and it's one of the reasons that this weight class is so interesting. But with that being said, we got Chandler, Dustin Poirier, fun-ass matchup, heavy hands from both guys.
I'll be honest, I thought I read that as Cannonier for 2 seconds and got a bit confused. Both of them have got heavy hands. It starts out with a jab, body kick, comes out with that precious leading on instantly.
And honestly, one else, I mean, taking the center of the cage this early in a fight, got to make you feel good. Gives you a lot of space to room. You can back up and use that retreat that you were talking about a little bit earlier on tonight to really just kind of set up your shots.
Oh yeah, especially with Poirier, he's got great hands and he has great ground defense as well. So you know, if he takes the center of the cage, he definitely feels more comfortable than on the fence right now.
Dig into that body, just look at all the shots. He's now against the cage, but he seems to be quite happy here. He's just doing his shots circling out, then putting him against the cage. He said, dodging that side kick though, and digs again to the body. Honestly,
I think that as weird as this is, Jolly Green Giant, he has actually landed the better power shots and has probably done the bigger damage to this point, but quite honestly, I think the Salty Joey is actually looking like he has the slightly more technical of the 2 striking, seems to be missing a little bit less of his shots as he misses 2 or 3 there and gets slammed. As a result, big high amplitude takedown from Jolly Green Giant. Lovely work.
Yeah, that was great timing on the takedown entry. It was as soon as Salty Joey missed that punch, he just ducked right under it.
Gets the reversal though, reading those hooks, going into that side control position, and now looking to hold it by the sense of it.
So obviously this is kind of your wheelhouse over there, Doc. What do you do in this position if you're Dustin Poirier? You kind of go in position, or are you trying to get those subs?
You wait inside saddle. Like if we're looking for the subs, probably wait inside saddle, just wait for them to move. But instead, he shoots the elbows, which is a fair enough plan. You also know that Chandler's got an 86 bottom game, so he's actually extremely slow on bottom, giving Poirier the definite advantage here.
Yeah, definitely just more of a front runner is Chandler in terms of the grappling. You know, he needs to kind of have the offensive grappling position to really make it work, allow him to work those heavy hands. Dustin Poirier definitely a little bit more flexible and versatile in that regard, the ability to work off back, but as you see right here, still has those power in the hands and is landing beautiful shots.
Nearly, but he's gassing himself out, so quick reversal into that half guard. Probably just wants to wait here just for a few seconds, maybe look for a denial. Bill got Jay instead, goes to the posture, switches into that side control position. Probably looking to hold this, maybe attempt to crucifix, but instead allows the get up.
I mean, I see it's a great game plan by Salty Joey. I mean, Michael Chandler is dangerous on the feet, and if he takes you down, he's very dangerous as well. But if he can slow him down, you know, to deny some transitions, work his body.
Oh, mate. But as you were saying, Wondrius, the power is very much there for Chandler on the feet. He can connect with 1 or 2 shots and instantly change the complexion of a fight. But so can Dustin as he fires back with a combination of his own. These guys aren't wasting any time.
That was a back and forth round.
That was a very good first round for both. I mean, definitely you would think, you know, Salty Joey was taking, you know, the better of the exchanges, but at the end of the day, you know, they both scored knockdowns. They both had some ground time. It could be anyone's fight in the hands of the judges on that first round.
Yeah, very closely contested round. Both guys able to do great work. Both guys having a huge moments of success, but still another 2 potentially. We don't see a touch of gloves. Instantly, Dustin Poirier again active with those hands and trying to get Chandler behind that line.
Oh, we finally see an arm extension.
Oh my God, that was timing. Aiming and firing, landing big shots.
Another uppercut, putting on that pressure, looking through that block, getting down into that clinch position, probably looking for the finish here. The main punch works him into that clinch. Eggs to the shots to the head.
Yeah, and he's just keeping him up against the fence, and he's right now he's in survival mode. He's trying to get out of the way of those punches.
Mate, that was another big shot, and again he puts him down. This is probably it. He's going to follow up with brutal ground and pound until the finish. Oh, he survives!
That is defense is fantastic. He managed to gas the boy out. So Joe takes
That was incredible, honestly.
Oh my god.
The KO, the lights out pretty much as soon as that punch lands.
He said go to sleep and
into the Jesus on the cross position, as I like to call it.
He said go to sleep and he meant it. No getting up from that one.
Close, but Salty was like, Salty Joey I guess he got a little bit salty and he wanted to prove that just like he stood no chance because second round was all Salty Joey's.
Yeah,
just
he
definitely turned it up in that second round, came up and changed up the tempo, and sometimes that can catch your opponent off guard, you know, when you've been fighting a pace and you kind of lull them into one pace and then you turn it up on them. That was great work by Salty Joey. He looked very, very good tonight. With that one being said, guys, we are straight on to the next one. Like I said, absolutely stacked top to bottom for the entire night. We're going to be having Shane up against ICB Basics. Now, Basics, once again, there are two Basics in the league right now, right? This is not...
no, this is not Tire Basics. This is Basics of ICB.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Part of the ICB coming up. So you expect to see a bit of body work as well, especially as we saw earlier with Lefo being an ex-ICB member.
Well, all to play for. These guys, both very dangerous. Highly anticipated fight, quite honestly. It's why it's obviously towards the upper end of the preliminary card itself. Ending them out with a bang. We've got a Bantamweight fight. Interesting matchup between, obviously, TJ Dillashaw and the Sugar Sean O'Malley. A lot of height and range for Sugar Sean O'Malley. You've got to be looking to work that outside, right? Work the teeps. Use those excellent kicks to your advantage. But if you're Shane, maybe trying to use some of that beautiful footwork of TJ just to try and break that distance. Land on the inside.
If I was Shane here, I'd be looking to pressure the O'Malley, just get him against the corner just so he can't use those kicks. The long extensions on the arms also means that he'll be able to hit his opponent before he can hit him cleaner. Comes out with a tornado kick and gets clipped by it though.
Looking nice and clean so far. Stepping off beautifully, firing back with a jab and the body kick. That looks nice. He's landing very, very good shots right now. He does actually seem to be doing the worst of the wear in terms of the stamina, but maybe just so many kicks. Doesn't really matter if you keep landing them as he gets pushed over.
And lands an overhand on the count, comes out with a front kick, switches back into that southpaw position and fires it.
Honestly, I kind of feel like Shane just kind of big brothered him then. He was just like, get down, just sit down, fucking not taking any of it. I mean, still though, we're seeing ICB Basics looking good, staying technical. If he's out of range and he doesn't feel the shot is going to land, he often pulls it. And, you know, it's the right thing to do, man. Picking your shots very, very well. We're seeing feints out of these two men, kind of in and out of that range. Very, very nice work so far in this opening 2 minutes or so.
I would say I want to see him go back to his feints. If you notice, he hasn't thrown them as much. Well, as I say that, he throws out one. But he definitely kind of stopped using the fakes as much. And then Shane was able to close the distance. He stopped biting on them and started landing his shots. But I say that he's just landing great strikes right now. Haze for
yeah, the step-offs right now, I mean, are absolutely phenomenal as he lands the kick to the knee into the spin. He is looking very, very good tonight. Honestly, the Sugar Sean is showing up. He is, O'Malley's looking to put on a show, man. ICB Basics doesn't play.
I'd like to see the O'Malley just use the full extent of that jab and straight just to dig, make sure that Dillashaw can't get him, but the kicks are doing a lovely job here, just digging. Every now and again, making known.
I think we've all been in that position, though. You get those early rocks and you start to feel yourself. You start to go a little flashy, looking for something beautiful. I cannot say that I don't appreciate it. I most certainly do. Landing beautiful work like that.
Amazing slip counter.
Slip straight.
Both guys looking, honestly, he's looking phenomenal. Is Sugar Sean O'Malley? That's an excellent takedown from Shane and exactly what you needed. Obviously not a lot of time to work, but maybe he's going to look to employ this in the second round. I think he needs it. Basics looking 2 on fire tonight.
Basics
done a
just
lot
showing,
of job.
but Basics just showing just excellent range management right now.
Indeed, Basics has done a lovely job at keeping that distance, as you said, and then just working those kicks, trying to free flashy kicks, keeping to the Sugar Sean style, and I think that's just the way he plays it. Shane's going to have to mix up something, possibly the grappling we saw at the very end, just to even stay in his sight. Comes out with the leg kick, so.
Yeah, I mean, definitely all that spinning.
Both of them are going more kick intensive. Comes here with a takedown. Jamali defends though. Both of them now coming back in the pocket. And just leg kicks again. The Dillashaw has been very intensive on those leg kicks coming to the second round. Misses the body tip, gets clipped, and narrowly avoids a takedown.
Yeah, no, he's doing great work. Honestly, I think the ICP Basics tonight is looking on fire on the feet, showing beautiful striking, quite honestly. Sugar Sean O'Malley has that spin. He talked about it in his interviews. He does it so quickly that his opponents just have to respect it. So, you know, it's very, very sneaky, right, when he throws them out, it can just come out like a piston.
Oh yeah, it's he's definitely just keeping his range. He has beautiful timing right now, and Shane's just struggling to get in the pocket, and that's where Dillashaw shines, just, you know, applying that pressure. But every time he steps in, he's just constantly met by a kick or a jab, just stopping him in his tracks.
Catches it. See if he's able to do anything. Spins to the head. Nice little mix-up. And he continues to do that. He just walks backwards, plants, and then fires off a combination. But that's a beautiful front kick from Shane. Probably needs a takedown, to be honest with you, in order to do something here.
Oh, narrowly avoids missing that head kick. Just getting out there with that footwork. But as you see now, he's starting to implement that boxing, just clipping as he comes into the pocket as well. He's using the length from Ali so well, just picking him apart at range. Even when in the pocket, though, he's just using the elbows, the spinning elbows, and just keeping him always on his toes.
I don't. Okay. It froze a second for me, so I was worried for a second.
Indeed. Seems to be a bit odd tonight, but hey ho.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, lads. All looked good. Oh, it did actually freeze up. That is interesting. I don't know why that is. I see it playing back on the stream. Everything looks good my end. Doesn't seem to be appearing to mix up on mine, but hopefully that evens out, guys. Don't want to see anything. This is one of those fights where you don't want to blink.
It's a takedown to finish off the round, but it's probably not enough. Basics probably taking another round with him. Shane's probably looking for a finish coming to this third round.
Yeah, at this point, Basics is just dancing around him. Is just beautiful footwork, just managing his range, never getting caught.
And on that point, exactly there, Andreas, he's doing a great job of just maintaining range by using the strikes perfectly, using the range of... Oh my god, man, the combination!
Was that a 6-piece combination?
You can tell why he didn't want to follow him down to the ground. He wants him to stand back up and try to land another one of those silky smooth combinations.
Definitely showcasing Sugar Sean.
Yeah, this is definitely a treat. We don't usually see, you know, Sean O'Malley and other characters like that. Remember, we got to see a great performance last time with Vitor Belfort.
And once again, we're seeing O'Malley just work into the body over and over, and I like to see it. Obviously got Shane trying to answer back with some. That's a lovely little flying knee. Interesting to mix it up on him, and obviously Shane's looking for the finish. I think he probably needs one at this stage. Cage cutting is the way to go, brother. Don't let him circle out on you. But, oh, the combinations again from Basics.
Doesn't want to take down. He's just looking for that last KO. And it's interesting to see this amount. Both Matty's just stepping on the back foot, allowing Dillashaw to try open up and get a kick. Whiffs on the body check, gets kicked by a kick, comes in with the overhand and looking on the ground with the finish.
Is he gonna get it?
So this is a huge opportunity.
Ooh.
Honestly, I thought there's no way, and then is there a way? It's very fucking close, man. He's got a couple of shots, and it might be it. Now goes for the submission, and the stamina is low for Shane. His defense was looking not too clean at first, but he's starting to defend a little bit better. Got to be careful, obviously, of the ability to counter when he goes to the next stage in this submission offense.
He's doing a good job. I think it's turning competitive though, but I think Blue's just about to get out. Although O'Malley did get a decently good way ahead in that submission, especially just with time wasting. He's got a minute 30. Probably is looking to get back on the feet, if anything.
Yeah, oh, good job of denying, but yeah, stands up once again. This is where he wants to be. Basics has just looked phenomenal in this realm all night. He's put on a show of beautiful destruction. You see the composure, man, just still at this late stage in the fight, looking to pop off the jab, not getting too over committed to anything.
Ooh.
Lovely flying knee again. Honestly, O'Malley is looking phenomenal, guys. Like, honestly, Basics looking incredible tonight. Shane is not obviously giving up by any stretch. Pressing forwards, lands a rock himself. Jesus. Talk about no quit.
Both of them are just pushing on the pro. I say that as O'Malley's on the back foot, but...
Oh my god!
Oh,
The up kick of doom, my man. He keeps it alive again. The amount of times that keeps a man in a fight. The taunt at the end.
He flexes at the end like, I'm still here. It's like...
You gotta love it. Shane is definitely here to fight. No quitting that man at all. But, you know, I think... all ICB Basics, man. He looked phenomenal tonight. That was a stellar performance, and I cannot wait to see where this guy goes from here. He is an interesting prospect out of the ICB camp for sure. For sure, man. Those guys are always dangerous, but he looked like he may be something special. That looked very, very good tonight. An impressive performance by him. With that all being said, man, I think that we're moving on from one Mr. Basics to the other. So we're having ICB Basics putting on one hell of a performance in the last one. We're going to be seeing another Basics, FSK Basics, or Thai Basics up against Jakey B this evening. Is that EK Jakey B that I see right there?
Yep, EK Jakey B.
Hells yes, hells yes. These guys are incredibly dangerous. Thai Basics is definitely more of a striker. You know, as his name would suggest, he's got phenomenal Thai striking, likes to counter-strike quite a bit. I would say that Jakey B is probably the counter to that, right? Jakey is a grappler.
Yeah, Jakey's got that grappling. He's part of the BFAP, so he definitely knows how to grapple. Grappling with the likes of Colt and Trixie. Yeah,
and obviously coming across into the EK, he's been working with some beautiful, you know, strikers as well, who have got interesting hands of their own, so I'm sure he's well prepared this evening, but... This is in the heavyweight weight class, and this is one of those ones where anything can happen very, very, very quickly. One mistake can put your lights out. We saw a Kimbo slice pick out of FSK Basics. You know, obviously, once again, both coming from very, very good camps. EK probably, you know, obviously the more established camp. Of course, they've been around for a very long time, putting on top-level opponents. But the FSK camp coming through, trying to make a name for themselves. Thai Basics, like I said, Kimbo Slice trying to work the outside, seeing a little bit of feinting already, trying to draw out that shot of EK Jakey. Managed to do so already, but you know that Jakey, once he gets you down, it can only take the one to keep you on your back for that round, dog, and really start to work that inside, you know, kind of inside ground and pound.
Oh yes, Jakey's got that grappling. He's got a lovely top mount position and does fantastic control. Pulling guard into that top mount, pressing out, he does defend it, but evidently his Thai Basic not having any reaction time to do it. Now you're in a deadly position where Jakey B is extremely comfortable in.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's landed great ground and pound here. It was probably, you know, let's be perfectly honest, Jakey B, you know that he's going to go for that takedown, so he was just probably anticipating that takedown so heavily. He got pull guard and flipped. Obviously eating some heavy ground and pound here. Does a good job of regaining half guard, but he is not out of the woods yet.
guess.
Still keeping position. I
Interesting
didn't know what happened there. I thought that Kimbo had got it for a second.
Pulls out into the half guard, holding this top position again, going into the side control. And JKB looking for that crucifix. This is a deadly position. It may not come out the first round, I know. Instead, gets into the side saddle. This is JKB's domain. He's comfortable here.
No, for sure. And honestly, I think that if you're tied basics, they're wondering is you've just got to stay composed, right? Stay calm and try to work your way back to your feet, maybe up against that cage.
Oh, yeah, you definitely don't want to give him any chances to reverse transitions or deny them because, that's going to be very costly to your stamina. All you can do at this point would be to defend and just, throw a few feints here and there and just try to get back to your feet because this is definitely not going to be Kimbo Slice's realm at all.
No, for sure. On his back, probably going to get a little gassy if it stays here for too long. But Thai Basics, as we were saying, this he's done a good job of just maintaining and mitigating a little bit of the damage. He's been in some dangerous positions already with the ground and pound raining down from DC. So eating a couple of shots here, but so far doing a good job of not eating too much and maintaining that stamina, which is all the more important as we go into the second and potentially third round.
Yeah, especially like you said, Basics isn't out of the fight yet. He just really needs to just slowly, basically just try to get back up to his feet. If not, just give the round and not get taken down in the second.
It's kind of almost, Doc, like, in situations, for example, where you've been rocked very heavily in a round, there's maybe a minute or two left, you've just got to survive, right? Make it to the next one with taking as little damage as possible so that you're ready to come back after that recovery period.
It really is this case, and I think that's going to be the major thing we're going to see throughout these next two rounds is he's trying to look for a finish on the feet. If he gets taken down, it's staying there, trying to work his way up. If he doesn't, taking a rest, just looking for any kind of shot that he could possibly get.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, once he's on his feet there, one as we've seen in the early part of that round, he's got very good takedown defense, baits it out a lot of the time with the shots, and this time that's what you see. He was now anticipating the pull guard and not able to get the takedown defenses. Once again, Jakey finds himself in top control with 4 minutes 20 on the clock, and that is going to be one hell of a boost to his confidence going into this round.
It really, really is.
Yeah, the EK camp is just full of nasty, nasty killers, and a lot of them are very well versed in the grappling department. So this is not looking good for Basics. I mean, he's staying calm, but it's at the end of the day, he needs to get back up on his feet. Otherwise, it's just going to be a stalemate for 3 rounds, and nobody likes to go out like that.
Yeah, no, honestly, Jakey is not the type of guy that likes to just go for the decision. He does look to work as much ground and pound as he can. This time, we got, obviously, FSK Basics getting back to his feet. The problem is that when you're being taken down like this, it does set up the hands of your opponents, as we saw, a little bit earlier on tonight. Sancho was able to do it, and maybe, obviously, Jakey replicating that game plan tonight, wrestling a little bit, looking to work the hands as the fight goes on, but he looks very, very content to, stand and strike does Basics, and you've got to imagine that the longer that the fight stands in this position, the more confidence he's going to continue to build.
Indeed, Jakey is again now just keeping it on the feet. Although he's up, Thai Basics probably wants to be pressuring a bit more, but he's even unsure how to enter the pocket just because of the confidence of Jakey and as you said, as you were saying, the threat of that takedown.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to worry about definitely the advantage of the ground goes in favor of Jakey, and also DC Daniel Cormier has really good hands, so he has to worry about like that, and then he has to basically worry about getting caught. So it's definitely a 2-front battle.
That's a nice reversal, though. He manages to switch him over into half guard, but not for, I was going to say not for long. I thought he was going to get it there. You've got to imagine that Slice is going to go for the separation. The 1 minute of top control isn't really going to do much, but obviously Jakey well aware of that and defends the posture up, gets the reversal of his own, and straight into top mount now with 40 odd seconds on the clock. Lots and lots of opportunity for ground and pound, and you know that he's going to be trying to take that home in the last 30 seconds. Yeah, he emptied his gas tank. Good defense once again from Basics. Doing a good job of maintaining that.
And the thing is, I'm seeing is he's not really feinting his transitions, so that plays a key factor in Jakey being able to just hold him down and impose his will. He's just doing naked transitions, and of course, most of the time with somebody like Jakey, it's going to be easily denied.
Well, this is the featured fight of the prelims. We have many, many more fun fights to come. Still 1 minute of action left in this one, potentially. Or 1 round left of action, if you will. 5 minutes on the clock. We'll have to see if Slice is able to get anything going. I mean, look, considering he's been grappled like a motherfucker, Jakey has not wasted any time doing great work on the ground. Ty Basics coming into this third round with basically full stamina, but taken down again within the first minute of the third round. That's not great. It's not what he wants to do, but obviously all in Jakey's wheelhouse now, and he's going to be feeling very, very confident about the way that this fight is going. Great stand-up.
I'm sorry, but again, he's just looking at another takedown shot here against Gage. Pulls the guard into that top mount. Jakey's just looks like a probably going decision. If Jake can get a finish, he's happy with it, but he's probably just happy grinding it out. He's probably pretty confident he's got secured the last 2 rounds. Now it's just this ground and pound dig into the head again in the top mount.
Yeah, I mean, that was good ground and pound there. He got his head health low, but you knew that he was just within the range of being able to survive it. He's going to continue to work that now for the next 2 minutes 50. Try to grind out a knockout, like you say, if he can, but the momentum is just ever cascading in Jakey's favor. He's doing great work of just maintaining these top positions and raining down ground and pound. Gotta feel sorry for Basics right now. Kind of a bit of a mauling going on. Obviously not able to get his striking working, which is obviously his wheelhouse. And that's due to the constant pressure and excellent top control from EK Jakey. He's looking very, very finely tuned tonight. Armbar attempt from Kimbo Slice. This would be something.
It's staying fairly. It really would be something. He's staying fairly controlled. It's got a bit of control time, but I don't think there's anything there, especially with how high up the escape bar is. Jakey's probably just looking for that slam, as you see here.
Yeah, he gets it as well. That's a big slam for him. Now going to go straight into side control and puts him in a very, very nice position with his feet on the cage. His opponent can't go for feint transitions to get a reversal, anything like that. Postures up and once again go into that ground and pound. 1:10 on the clock. Plenty of time to get that finish, but honestly, he is just chipping away and is probably going to be picking up a victory on the scorecards unless Ty Basics can get something big going and quick.
Looks at that reversal though again, and he's on his back. Kimbo's just having a really hard time getting anything started. Jakey's done a fantastic job, and we see another reversal into this wheel guard back and forth in the last 30 seconds of the match. Maybe see a bit of posture up by Kimbo, but instead gets a deny.
This is the thing though, if you're Jakey, you know that that's the only way your opponent's going. He has like 20 seconds on the clock. He needs to do something to get the victory. Gets the reversal again. I mean, just back and forth.
Honestly, back and forth.
It was a great fight. Like, but quite genuinely, Jakey put on, a bit of a grappling clinic tonight. He stuck to his opponent like glue. Really didn't give him a moment's breath throughout the entire fight. Put on a very, very good showcase of high-level grappling with DC, which, it's what you want to see if you're a DC player, right? You want the ability to take your opponent down at will and to implement your game plan, implement your dominance, and that's what he was able to do tonight. He looked great doing so. Brings one hell of a close to the prelims. It's a great fight. A little bit of a shame on the picture quality, but I'm sure that we're going to see these guys back soon. Ty Basics going to be looking to put on one of those showcases of silky smoothing striking, and Jakey B obviously picking up another big W and trying to get a little bit closer now, ever closer, trying to get towards that title shot. Currently, I believe he's just sitting outside of the rankings, so picking up another big win like that, it's going to help. He obviously picking up win after win. I think he's on a couple win streak now, if I'm not wrong there, Doc.
I think that's actually his first win back in recent times. He started off with a 0-2 record, fighting Styles and Bone doing work, both heavy names, comes back, and so picking up his first win. As you said, he's probably looking to make a title run as soon as he can.
Yeah, no, okay, my mistake. I thought I had seen him on a number of performances recently, but with that all being said, guys, we have the main card. These fights are stacked top to bottom. Honestly, every fight so far has absolutely delivered, and that's before we even hit the main card. I mean, up first, we've got another EK opponent. We've got EK Bang Bang. If you don't know, this man's got hands, the craziest pressure game that there is. He's going to walk forward. Oh, for sure. He's going to land them on your chin, and he's going to try and make your night a very, very quick one. The good thing is you don't feel the one that puts you to sleep, and he normally finds that quickly. But honestly, he is up against a very, very versatile and dangerous opponent in TK Perp. TK is another great camp on the up and up within the league. Perp has definitely been putting on some great performances recently, and one of the reasons that he's on the main card of such a stacked card, up against a dangerous opponent like Bang Bang. So we'll have to see which way this one shakes out, but you know it's going to be fireworks no matter which way. Controller disconnected. You love to see it. Dillashaw, Garbrandt. This one is ultra HD. You love to see it. But you say oh, well, that's because Bang Bang is picking Cody Garbrandt. This man is
man has no chin, but has got power in his hand today. This is Bang Bang's bread and butter.
Zero time. You see Perp trying to get the respect of Bang Bang, trying to get him to back up a little bit. He knows the reputation, but you've got to be careful. I mean, Bang Bang lives in this world. He lives in it. He breathes it.
Both of them are just throwing shots. Look at him knocked down within the first 30 seconds.
If you're Perp, you need to start the circle. You need to get on that bike a little bit. Try to take Bang Bang in a little bit of deeper water, right, Doc? Otherwise, you're going to continue to be landed on with, absolutely vicious intent.
You need to take it down within the first 30 seconds, otherwise it's just not going to be fun. We see Bang Bang just head movement, just about letting him go. Comes back with
that's
pieces,
good whip.
But he wobbles him.
I mean, look, it's just never over. That's a great takedown right there. He gets it as well. 3 minutes 30 on the clock, and he needs every second he can get down here. The more he can keep Bang Bang down here, the more he can drain his stamina, the better it's going to be as this fight goes on. But we've got to say, right, Bang Bang, he's recently joined EK. He's now training with a bunch of top-level grapplers, already had the hands to boot, so you've got to imagine that he's well-versed down here and isn't going to be letting too many things slip.
Bang Bang is mental. He will punch you in the face, and if he gets that grappling down, then he will be officially a scary sodding dude.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, his opponents are lucky he can't knock opponents out from his back, just like the Kevin Holland, right, or the Nico Bryce and stuff like that. Because Bang Bang, he's the guy to do it, like, quite genuinely. But honestly, like I said, Perp looked fantastic in recent performances, and he's making the adjustments here that you know that you need to see up against such a heavy pressure striker like Bang Bang. You love to see it. It's a great adaptation, and, it's going to really, really allow him to get into this fight. You can already see Bang Bang's stamina starting to take a bit of a deficit. Not a massive difference yet, but like we say, every single second that it stays down here is better for Perp and a little bit worse for Bang Bang.
Kind of the way you have to play these fights. You have to grapple Bang Bang, just get ahead of the stam or the head health, and then start looking for a few shots on the feet. It's not to say you're going to piece him up on the feet, because Bang Bang will pressure you and stick to you no matter like what. And here we see Perp take a few deadly shots. Trading in the pocket, he's against the cage. It's exactly how Bang Bang wants.
Oh my god, man, this is so, like, just the way his shots land every time. The pressure is incredible. The shot selection is always on point, and he's now trying to get that finish. I wonder if he's going to separate or continue with the ground and pound. Oh, that's cheeky from Perp, and once again showing the versatility. Not able to get it by the looks of things, but it's a great attempt.
Bang Bang's game has always been excessive for.
That was one shot.
Isn't he dead yet?
I'm telling you, like, Perp is no joke. He's a versatile fighter. He knows how to survive. He knows how to dish it out, and he needs to right now, because honestly, Bang Bang's looking more finely tuned than ever. We would normally even see him separate in those types of situations. He's looking to put you out, but normally on the feet. Done great work there so far, but obviously very, very action-packed first round, man. I'm amazed that they managed to make it out with the types of shots that were being thrown.
He gets clipped with that hook though, and lovely head movement there, just about surviving, pulls back, nearly eats it straight though.
Yeah, Bang Bang's looking very sharp in this fight. I mean, he is taking a bit of damage, but he's dishing way more out every single time. His just combos are crisp. We're seeing some really good head movement from Perp, though. He's definitely making adaptations.
I completely agree with you. The adaptations are very, very good. I think that you'd agree with me, though, Doc. I think he needs to start to tighten it up into ones and twos. But there's not going to be any time with that sort of shit landing.
Cartwheel kick could do.
Oh, no, that's like a troll. It's like the worst moment.
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh.
This is gotta be it.
Always so good. How isn't he dead? Dillashaw's got no head health.
Wow.
The survival of Perp, man. How did he frame those shots? And now he's throwing shots of his own, landing good damage, but it's hard. His head health is flashing even when he's not being hit.
Narrowly avoids getting knee to the face, and you've still got Bang Bang putting on this pressure with Cody. Narrowly avoiding. Dodges round, puts Cody's back against the cage.
Lovely slip and the hook to go with it. Jesus. Look, Perp is a dangerous man, but he didn't get an opportunity to get started tonight. He was able to get some good top control in the first time, able to make some good adjustments, but honestly, the hands of Bang Bang looking as good as ever. What are you meant to do against this man on the feet? You've definitely got to take it, longer, maybe throw ones and twos, but even so, he's on you just like, just with absolute relentlessness.
I mean, his name describes it all. Bang, bang. Just gonna come out there and kill you.
For sure, bro. For sure. I mean, he is never in a boring fight. He is never in a boring fight, for sure. That was one hell of a fight. I cannot wait to see either one of these guys get back out there, to be quite honest with you. But after a win like that, Bang Bang picking up another huge W. Every time he wins as well, it's just always in such emphatic, it's just such a great knockout every time. He puts on the pressure, he brings it to fight, and if he doesn't make it out, if his opponents make it out those first 2 to 3 rounds, they stand a good chance of making a great comeback and pouring on the pressure. But it's gonna be hard to. Even if he's gassing himself, he's taking you with him. The head health, we saw it a moment ago, blinking to the, even when not being touched, his opponent wasn't even being hit at that point, and his head health was still blinking. We actually have one of the, like I said, kind of low-key fights on the card. It's going to be one hell of a fight. 2 incredibly high-level opponents. Going to be having T4H Southpaw, one of the most dangerous opponents that I've seen in a little while, coming up against the other man that's known obviously throughout the community, one of the I believe ESFL double champ, obviously I don't believe currently, but former ESFL double champ, putting on great performances across multiple leagues, obviously very, very dangerous. I believe that, correct me if I'm wrong, but Southpaw more of a grappler, Suave Jamie obviously more of a striker, both obviously very dangerous in either regard, but got to imagine that Southpaw is going to want to try and get this down a little bit, and obviously Jamie very much going to want to try and work those hands.
I believe Jamie's actually got more grappling base with striking complement, and Southpaw's kind of the opposite. He's kind of, he doesn't seem to be like a main grappler like you typically see with T4H, to be fair. So I think it may be the opposite way, but I could be wrong.
But we do see 2 Yan picks. If I was wrong on you, Southpaw, I was wrong, brother. We shall see. Starting out with some good body work already is Suave Jamie, and I mean, it's kind of patented from him. He works it very, very well. Obviously, Southpaw staying composed, though, looking to slip off the center line, land some good shots of his own.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with Doctor. He's definitely more of a striker for sure. He absolutely destroyed me a couple of days ago.
Southpaw is a striker. They're telling me in the chat, I'm a Muppet. You gotta love me.
It's always good.
These guys firing great shots, though.
You heard it here first. Southpaw's a grappler now, guys.
Well, again, Jamie's still managing that range, but finding home for all his shots, either hitting on the block or hitting through the block. That chin is definitely something to be scared about. Landing that straight consistently. Southpaw firing back though, with pull back with an elbow coming in with another 3-piece there.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Jamie's doing a great job of tanking center. Lands a beautiful head kick and now looking to push on it. Not going to get the finish, but the pressure is on. Smelling blood, gets the takedown straight into side control. Looking very, very good for Peter Yan. Peter Yan. Suave Jamie.
Which one? That narrows it down. But yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, Suave Jamie, this is where he shines. He's definitely has some oppressive ground game from what we've seen before in other promotions.
He's working it good. You see him land the inside shots with obviously trying to build up a little bit of GA. Also, obviously adding strikes more and more on the counter in your favor.
Indeed, GA is very high for Southpaw, but that's lovely. Nearly gets a reversal. Southpaw is constantly building up the GA. Jamie's doing a good job on bottom, just trying to stop it. Nearly gets a reversal when he does, but the sprawl attack instead denies the backside take, and he's back up on his feet.
Yeah, both guys looking very, very good. I mean, quite honestly, the defense is on point. Obviously, the offense seems to be on point from both guys. I think that this is going to be a fight that's down to very, very narrow margins. Obviously, Suave Jamie's been putting good work into the body earlier, though. It set up that head kick a little bit earlier on in the fight, and we'll have to see if he goes back to that as this fight progresses.
Yeah, both them being very patient and just working out their game plans. Basically, just as I say that, there goes a knee, and now they're trading in the pocket. Caster's curve.
Yeah. Both of them. Lovely spinning heel kick, man. Hits on the block, doesn't get through. Both of them fainting. Lead uppercut misses, and with that, break.
Yeah, first round. High level matchup. You see them both fainting different ranges, looking to work on the outside, obviously giving each other different looks, feinting, going to the body, going to the head, working those leg kicks when they can, and obviously changing levels for that takedown. But very, very back and forth. We've obviously seen the recovery for Southpaw in the second round. His stamina is very, very high. Head health not too amazing, but great takedown defense from Suave Jamie.
Lovely job there with the elbows and coming back with a straight piece. Gets that right.
Oh,
Southpaw, and he gets dropped there. Southpaw's on the back foot here. Jamie's putting on this pressure, looking for that hook. The headman's there, kind of more just in the open, not really defend, trying to dodge anything particular.
yeah, Suave Jamie is being very technical right now. He's taking his shots. Every shot seeming to land right now, whether on the block or to the face. He's taking his time. He's mixing it up. It's just beautiful work from Suave Jamie.
Yeah, it's indicative, obviously, of what you'd expect to see from top-level players like these. They, often land virtually everything that they throw. You're really not going to see too much wasted movement. Obviously feints outside a little bit, so on and so forth. But anything that they land that's going to be of any consequence, or anything they throw of any consequence, is generally going to find its mark, or at least touch up that block a little bit.
Indeed, both of them now just keeping the outside, just looking to feint into the pocket. Southpaw seems to be leading the dance a bit more, but every time he gets into the pocket, though, Jamie's coming back and just clipping him cleanly, making Southpaw scared to even enter it.
Doing a good job. Honestly, both guys. We now see Southpaw's head health flashing a little bit, being reserved. Nice little front kick from the man right there.
Ooh.
Spicy right on the end of it.
Indeed. I'm saying relatively patient, as we mentioned earlier, very tentative, just coming in and out of the pocket, seeing who wants to commit first.
It's because they understand, obviously, the consequences that of mix, like something like that, getting a little bit overzealous, throwing the kick inside a boxing range. Suave Jamie staying patient and exploding on his opportunity. Lovely step off and defense by Southpaw as he digs a switch kick.
Yeah, lovely job missing that spinning elbow, taking actually the case.
Oh.
Instead, gets a knockdown there.
Sat down on that one. Oh, that's it. That's it.
Oh my goodness.
And he goes for the head held spam, the spam on it, keeps it going. We saw this once before, I believe, from GodAteMyPig. Didn't know what the hell was happening then. Don't know what the hell's happening now. You love to see it.
The UFC
Having
4
a fun
version of the
little jiggle.
teabag, guys.
Yeah, it really, really is. Honestly, though, I respect both guys hugely. They've got phenomenal games, very, very dangerous opponents. Interested to see where they go from here. Sure, they both have very, very bright futures within the promotion. Obviously, Suave Jamie looking phenomenal tonight and able to land an emphatic, massive shot for a pretty emphatic knockout at the end.
Yeah, both of them seem relatively competent, and as you mentioned earlier, they're such high levels and high risk. When you're a player at such a competitive level, that it's just the way it goes. Like one instance in the pocket, and it's lights out as we saw.
Yeah, for sure, man. We have one hell of a fight. It's a treat for you all. I can tell you already. We have got Kryptonite King taking on ICB Valentine. Now, ICB Valentine going to be joining us back on commentary in the near future. He's currently out in Barbados, living it up, turning up tonight to fight the ever-dangerous Kryptonite King, obviously co-owner of the league. He's been putting in work recently. I know he's been working on his grappling. I imagine we're going to see a fight in welterweight. I think they are calling each other out across there. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Usman, which has been the pick of Kryptonite King as of recently. He's been looking phenomenal with him. I'll be interested to see if that's what he goes or a little bit of an off pick. Oh, I am wrong. It looks like he's actually going to go the Pettis against the Thompson. Testing up the Pettis against Thompson. Interesting fight that we saw in real life. Kryptonite King has one of the best Pettises on the scene. We've seen him land phenomenal knockouts, able to work those clinch, very, very flashy clinch strikes cage strikes where he's running off the cage, showtime kicks and as the such. But obviously Valentine has that very, very silky striking, man. He works it, he kind of feints in and out of range, very much like Wonderboy. Will set up those spinning attacks to the body, maybe that spinning back fist to your face. You've got to be careful against either man because these types of guys, they're looking to put your lights out real quick.
Indeed. Both of them very good on their kickboxing, can get your legs, can kick your heads, can kick your bodies. Like, if you're going to fight them, you're going to get kicked somewhere.
For sure.
You ready?
Are you ready? Valentine, Kryptonite King, see him do the little showboat pointing to his back. This is going to be one hell of a fight. You know it already. Like you say, lots and lots of kicks. I imagine that we're going to see an attack to the legs from Pettis early. Lots of feints. He's going to probably try to work on the inside, but Valentine has those spin kicks to the body, which are one hell of a problem, man. One hell of a problem, because he switches stances and mixes up the direction that you've got to walk in order to exit out, but lovely work from Crypto.
Starts with the oblique kicks, not too risky. I'm expecting Valentine to also use the side kicks quite a bit. He's typical, he likes that head side kick into that, combined into that body side kick as well, just to keep the distance and open his kicks up. And fake him a few times, trying it.
See him switching stances once again. He continues to go for it, attacks the leg off it, but got to be careful on the inside, especially against Kryptonite King. He's got those combinations he can chain up and often finds the chin a little bit exposed.
You would expect that at some point someone's going to commit to being in the pocket and maybe looking for that boxing, but so far both of them are just going for kickboxing.
Misses on that one. Yeah, I was going to say, though, you know that sometimes those are just the setups for the next one to be the spin to follow. I would be interested to see if Crypto goes for that, because he has those really, really sneaky kicks in his arsenal. I've seen the man throw a tornado kick into some sort of spinning kick. I don't ask me, ask him. Some crazy shit, for sure. Shows us a nice little one there, misses the first, goes into the second one, and that's why you've got to be careful. It makes you makes you second guess your ability to, throw a counter shot, right, on one or else. When your opponent starts to do shit like that, they throw a kick, they spin into it, you don't know what's coming.
Yeah, it's just very difficult because, I've gone up against people who, now I'm not saying he is, but I've gone up against people who just abuse it over and over again, and it's very difficult at times because they'll throw a feint and you actually think it's gonna be, oh, here comes another spinning kick. But then you get rocked or something for a punch, and it's just brutal.
Oh, Sorry, man. Valentine's got two rock. I think that was one rock down, and then I think he stumbled on the second one. But gotta be careful as he goes and gets his own one. Does Kryptonite King?
He's setting a lovely job up with that lead body into the spinning body kick, just dig into that body over and over again. You expect Valentine will try to do the same there, just a bit too close to range for anything to land properly clean. Crypto coming in with the boxing and exiting out the pocket.
Yeah, no, quite honestly. Sorry, as you were saying, one rush, brother.
It's just very hard to read things like that because, I mean, you can just cancel that spin so fast. And like he did that, Thompson has such, like, dare I say it, kick combos?
Yeah, for sure.
It's ridiculous. It's just very hard to read at times because it comes out so fast.
I would love to see the stats in this one. Hopefully they're going to show it. Paying each other respect right now. See the spinning back fist of Stephen Wonderboy Thompson that sits him down in that first round. Looks like we're going to see the stats. Oh, quick flash. Kryptonite King slightly ahead on the significant strikes, but obviously Valentine getting that big knockdown, probably securing him that round.
It's lovely. Again, you see that lead side body kick just digging, then followed up by a jab straight into that rear body kick again. Both of them just digging kicks everywhere.
I love to see it. The straight into the question mark kick comes out so fast. See, that was the naked one, but when you throw it behind the straight, how quickly that comes out, it can be really, really hard to time, especially if you catch your opponent stepping off as the lovely spin kick lands. It was a little bit too close to get maximum damage, but the hands were down and it could have been early doors. Big shots again on the inside from Valentine.
Cast out, as you look for some type of finish. You're using that jab with that straight, classic the Wonderboy Thompson style, trying to blitz Pettis in the face. Instead, Pettis just staying composed and calm, then just coming back, throwing those leg kicks.
Oh, that was some nice shots right there. Catches him, puts him off balance, and follows up with a hook as he's stumbling. Lovely answer back from Valentine. These guys going back and forth. Interesting feint into a body kick. Love to see it. Getting unorthodox, mixing it up, getting a bit creative out there.
Yeah, I do believe Crypto is definitely doing his best work in the pocket to where he can somewhat negate those kicks from, you know, just flying out and knocking him back. And we're basically seeing him just realize, okay, I gotta stay in the pocket, basically stand on a napkin and just trade with him to avoid those kicks.
For sure.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Crypto is just using that jab really well. Narrowly avoids the hook tip, but as I was saying, he's using that jab really well, building off of it, making sure that if the jab hits, he's then building off. If it doesn't hit, he's coming back and resetting. Another spin kick to the body there. You've got to imagine, Lenny, that Valentine's got to change this up coming into this final part of the round. Maybe make sure that pressure isn't as major as it currently has been.
Yeah, he's trying to do so a little bit now with these push kicks, but honestly, Kryptonite isn't being dissuaded by it. We see him, as long as he's taking that center, he knows he has the opportunity to push forward and has lots of space to back off into. Honestly, the inside shots and the power of Kryptonite King's Pettis right now doing some good work. But Valentine is a dangerous opponent there, and you know, obviously he's going to be looking to set up something big if he gets an opportunity. He had that big first round, and although it was very close, obviously able to edge that one. So if he's not able to turn up something big now, probably one apiece going into the third round, but still plenty of time where these guys can put each other's lights out.
Indeed, both of them staying competitive again. Valentine's looking for a couple of big shots. That spinning heel kick haven't really missed, and Crypto comes out finally with that flying knee at the very end of that round.
11, 25, 15, 25. But once again, he got the stun. So he got the stun, see. And that's, I mean, that's always big in the eyes of the judges. In such close rounds, especially.
Yeah. That round could have gone either way. Maybe we don't have to go to the judges over Crypto. Landing that axe kick, putting the pressure on Valentine's against the cage. He's blocked.
Oh, we don't see it. We're not seeing judges. We ain't seeing judges. Never thought we would in this one. These guys are, they come to throw down each and every time. Beautiful striking, getting unorthodox, getting creative with it, but Kryptonite King putting together the combination, the three-piece and the soda, puts him down on the last one. I mean, that's about as brutal as it gets. Top of the dome piece.
Indeed.
Brilliant. He had a brilliant game plan going in, just being very patient, not, he wasn't rattled by the knockdown or the rock. He just waited for his time, just applied pressure, played smart, never overreached with his strikes, and just, it was an amazing fight overall.
Completely agree. Kryptonite King getting the W by KO. I'd love to see maybe the judges' scorecards if we get an opportunity to, or where they were scored up until that point. Doesn't look like we're going to. We'll give him a second. No, I think we're done on that one. Not going to get to see the fight statistics. We'll bring it back if they do bring it between now and the end. But with that all being said, ladies and gents, we are moving on to the next one. We've got one hell of a fight lined up for you. We've got two incredibly dangerous opponents. ICB Reaper up against a former campmate in Tadpole. Tadpole, obviously the law himself, got that incredible pressure, able to work his hands beautifully. Always a problem for any opponent, but the same can be said for ICB Reaper. Both guys, I mean, you trained with them more than most there, Doc. I mean, more than I have, definitely. So, I mean, what can you tell us about either guy? How do you see this one kind of shaking out? Don't think Doc is there. My bad. One Rios, how you doing, brother? I think the man with the insight is no me seeing, but we got Tadpole, ICB Reaper. It's all good. He'll be back with us in a moment, I'm sure. Probably experiencing some technical issues.
Tadpole, I've seen several of his fights. He's a great competitor. There was one we noticed that one time in ESFL. He didn't have a great. He didn't have. I would say it didn't go his way per se. But, he's a great competitor regardless. We've seen some crazy fights from him. Then, of course, you got Reaper. I've seen several of his fights. I was actually a pretty cool guy as well.
Yeah, no, honestly, both guys, very, very all-round pleasure to deal with, whether it be fighting, chilling out in the party. They're great sparring partners. Like I said, I've had a couple of fights with Tadpole for sure in the past. And honestly, the guy has an incredible pressure game, but he kind of mixes up the pace. As I say that, though, Reaper's getting definitely the better of the shots in this early going, landing a beautiful, ripping set of combinations.
Well, I mean, Reaper's setting a phenomenal pace right now, just extremely aggressive, but every shot is landing.
Yeah, I mean, trying to get some of that early damage off on Holloway, which is maybe a great idea, but obviously he's got a fantastic chin and the ability to recover, unlike many people in the game, so, yeah, whether or not this is going to work, he's going to probably try to get him out of here early by the looks of things, because Reaper is not wasting any time trying to get active with these hands. But maybe this is what you do, One Rios. Maybe this is how you get the pressure striker off his game a little bit. You go forward, get his respect, and try to get him second guessing that step forward.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I would like to see Reaper work a little more to the body because, Max Holloway has a huge gas tank.
God, Tadpole coming through with a beautiful rock. Rips to the body as well, looking to go back to the head. Like I said, this man is dangerous, and when he smells blood, he has killer instinct. He's ripping to the body, trying to get you to drop your block a little bit. He's got those death touch combinations, looking to land it, but Reaper doing a great job of recovering, trying to answer back with some shots of his own.
Yeah, we definitely were highlighting. Oh my goodness, we were definitely highlighting Reaper's success just in the pocket, and then just now, Tadpole just flips the tables on him in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, he's seen that first 3 minutes and he was taking everything that he could, but now he feels the tables turning and is pouring on the pressure, Doc. I was mentioning a little bit earlier, I mean, you've trained with these guys extensively, I would imagine, being former campmates of them. You know that they're both very, very dangerous, but the picks, I think, are going to start to play a bit of a factor as well as... oh, maybe not. The finish may even be imminent. I was going to say with the recovery stat.
He needs to be looking for this fight down there. Like, even Holloway's just had the hand. He's the epitome of what Tadpole is, that pressure fighting style we've seen earlier. He's looking for that KO constantly, always there in your face, a bit like Bang Bang. And then here you have Reaper more of a solid grappler.
Oh my!
He's staying on the feet and he gets
What a slip.
Tadpole, his recovery stat is on point, guys.
Yeah, his head movement's looking very, very good. His distance management's looking on point. Obviously, we had a great, barrage from Reaper early, but he's trying to just find a way to maintain this round, maybe get a bit of a recovery, because a lot of damage has been eaten as this round has gone on, as he gets an absolute beautiful pullback elbow, puts him down with 1 second, saved by the bell. Was he out? No, he's not out. Okay,
No,
we're going to the second. Kind of looks
saved
out.
by the bell.
I mean,
He was
I've
saved
had like
by the
knockouts at the 0-second mark before. It's happened several times now, but that was insane. It looks like he was asleep.
It really did, man. Got that little blinking animation going off and all that, but Reaper, man, he's going to be looking to make some adjustments here. He knows how dangerous that was from Tadpole. We saw a takedown attempt from him there, not able to get it, wrong type of distancing, but I think that's down to Tadpole's distance management, as he's beautifully just in and out of this pocket, looking to work the body repeatedly and continue on this massive stamina advantage he's got, which is going to play massive factors in this fight if he can avoid those types of shots from Reaper, who is queuing up the combinations.
Reaper seems to be just scraping for anything. A kitchen sink, a hammer, something. He just wants to hit.
And he's gonna get it.
Something, and he does it. Now it's gassed out though, trying to put on that pressure, but Tadpole comes back. Throwing those big shots again, saying, "Nope, I'm still here."
This is the thing, I mean, Holloway can do this for 3 rounds. I don't know if Ortega can, especially when your opponent is just absolutely relentlessly going to the body. Slips off and again rips another 3-punch to the body. 2 of them blocked this time, but straight back to the head. The block is gone. Head health is almost down. Once again, Tadpole smelling blood, trying to kick indoors right now.
But he's definitely being very patient and staying composed, because you saw his head health. He could have finished it right then, but he just, he didn't want to take the risk.
Yeah, the stamina being low, right?
Yeah. I mean, I saw when his head health was completely gone, but, he didn't want to take the risk and just keep going, so it was a smart move by him.
For sure.
Just takedown though. This was needed in round 1, and it's just. I think it's
Yeah,
just
at this
for us
point, I don't
taking.
think it would really benefit his situation. And now he's taunting him. And Reaper seems very discouraged now. He's not trying to really throw, and he's just on the back foot.
Yeah, it's because that there's just artillery coming your way. You've seen it. I'm sure you've seen Tadpole's clips on Twitter before. When he starts taunting at you, you know that things are starting to go his way in a major way. He's got to be careful. Once again, Reaper is dangerous, but it's an uphill battle for him with a minute in the second round to go, and head health, not in a great spot. Stamina's looking very, very bad. He's going to have to, look for a mistake, and I don't think Tadpole's going to give him one.
And he's just in pure survival mode right now. He's beautiful crane kick, though.
Never say never. He finds an opportunity, gets that opening, gets the rock. Maybe not enough stamina to follow it up, but still looking for his opportunity to close the show out.
I mean, anybody else feeling like this is Kato versus Holloway just with Ortega?
Yeah, for sure. I'm the best boxer. I'm the best boxer in prime time. That's what he's saying. He's screaming it out right now.
Ortega first one. I mean, that was pretty bad regardless.
Well, I mean, Tadpole's out here to prove a point tonight with his hands. He's looking phenomenal. Look at how maintained he is. He's basically looking very fresh, and the head health and the body health of Reaper looking really, really low right now. Landing beautiful consecutive strikes for the finish. This could be it. I think 1 or 2 shots and it will be. Brilliant finish. Fantastic performance for the one and only Tadpole. The lower himself kicking indoors. Fantastic finish, man. That's a absolutely, kind of picturesque performance from this man. Exactly what you would expect to see from him. When he gets his hand raised, he does so in emphatic, fashion, able to land an absolutely brutal consecutive, sequence of shots, rip into that body to the head. You love to see it, right, guys?
Indeed. Like, it was just a clinical performance by Tadpole, just using that jab, using that straight, and just looking for any opening Reaper gave. Any small mistake, he was just working. He did a fantastic job. I bet you would agree, Honorius.
Oh yeah, I mean, He definitely there was a little bit of adversity the first round, but he maintained composure, and I do believe he used that to his advantage. Like he played possum, so he could get the stamina advantage, and then pretty much proceeded to lay waste from there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, he looked phenomenal tonight, and one of the best performances we've seen in a little while. Able to kill a couple taunts, and you know, he was against a dangerous opponent. We saw how quickly Reaper came out and started putting hands on him. Reaper's no joke by any stretch. He's a phenomenal fighter, and you know, he just kind of came up against an absolute steam train tonight. I mean, Tadpole looking phenomenal and putting on one hell of a performance. With that all being said, though, we are moving on to our co-main and our main event. It is almost that time. Before we move on to the EK, Dyno MMA, and TMF MattyD, our highly anticipated main event, we have another phenomenal fight for you on the cards. We're going to be having GodAteMyPig, the all-round savage, the absolute killer that's been showing up time after time and putting in phenomenal performances, up against DirtyDave. And you know, DirtyDave is former champion, former BFAP, now EK. Very, very dangerous, been showing big advancements in his game. His striking has come a long, long way and is looking, you know, you could mistake the guy for a striker these days, quite honestly, when you watch him strike. So very, very dangerous for both men. I feel like they're very, very well matched up here. I'm incredibly interested to see how this one goes.
So it's just an impressive entire just show of just both of them have come far ways, both of them strikers, both of them grapplers, both of them who are GSP picks, so anybody's game to play for.
Yeah, and Dave, I've basically, you know, had the pleasure of seeing a bunch of his fights, being able to call them as well, and he's just a phenomenal competitor.
For sure, man.
And then, of course, I've seen a few of GodAteMyPig's fights, and, you know, he just always brings out a show. I haven't had the pleasure of, you know, seeing a bunch of his fights as much as I have with Dave's.
I can promise you one thing, they're both some of the most versatile players around. Neither are going to be intimidated by either's strengths or, you know, obviously anything down that line. They're just going to be looking to expose each other's weaknesses, test each other in, you know, all aspects of the MMA world. As we saw a takedown a moment ago from GodAteMyPig, but it was a great defense from DirtyDave, and they're back to just kind of poking away at each other with these inside shots as we see another takedown from Dave, but defended again, like you say, very well rounded, right guys?
Dave's looking to start the takedown action more, probably feeling like he's got a more dominant position, wanting the top control, especially knowing that GSP doesn't have the greatest bottom game. And here we see Dave holding the top position. Lovely denial first, doing the rabbit punches, build that G8, if you can see. I guess a denial, that's how you know someone's got this high level grappling, is that even with the high GA that you can still easily get the denials across. I guess a reversal here, lovely job top, from he taking the top control now.
Yeah, GodAteMyPig, like I said, incredibly dangerous on top, on bottom, able to get that denial, which is beautiful work. He's doing a great job of landing those elbows. Not able to get the second denial, and a little bit of a better position for DirtyDave, but not out of the woods yet.
Very slow going around by both of them, but this is kind of the way this grappling goes. Did have side side, but now gets put into side control bit. Slightly better, but now with the sprawl position you did to someone's body without really caring. Fair enough.
Yeah, just gonna check the stats a little. Honestly, I've been in this position myself. Maybe not this long in the round, you know, left to go with the last couple of seconds maybe, but just checks the stats. He's all good. Straight back to it, working the outside shots. I mean, this is an incredibly interesting matchup. The GSP picks as well. We've seen, obviously, DirtyDave picking him in the past, right? I was going to say, yeah, that was always his pick.
GodAteMyPig though is clipping him, using his teeth, getting that range down. He seems to have a better range than Dave here. Body work from that sprawl position is probably going to come into a great effect into the second round. Still 40 seconds left. efficient, standing into the pocket, clinch attempt, but pushed away with that side kick.
Yeah, not a lot of time left on this one now, obviously in the first round, but both guys looking really good. GodAteMyPig in particular doing excellent work of working the body health of DirtyDave, and he's going to have an advantage coming into the second round. We'll have to see if he's able to maintain it. Obviously, this is an ex-champion he's fighting. DirtyDave is incredibly dangerous in all facets of MMA. If there's anybody going to be making adjustments, you know, it's him that needs to, of course. A little bit behind after that first round, I think, in terms of stamina, maybe a little bit of health as well.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see here. Like,
oh,
lovely pull back on the uppercut there, digging to the body again. Dave's always been on the back foot during most of this fight. Nice spin kick, keeping him away, leads with a front kick, and then starts digging to that body again.
Yeah, like you were saying, you know, GodAteMyPig is, you know, having a really good performance right now. But we've seen Dave come back from quite the adversity before, so he's definitely not in trouble, but I would say he does need to start picking it up just a little bit.
yeah, I mean, for sure, he needs to make adaptations soon, because GodAteMyPig, like I say, is just chipping away right now and starting to try to get a little bit more of a lead as this fight goes on, working that body beautifully. Obviously, Dave is very, very dangerous. I'll be interested to see if he's able to secure a takedown. I think that that's probably his best route to trying to pick up this round, because GodAteMyPig is looking very dangerous on the feet right now.
That rear uppercut. So all it is that rear uppercut just digging. It's making it land. Pulls back on the head kick, lead with that hook. GodAteMyPig's keeping very simple, working down that block, then just working that rear uppercut. You're hitting head, body, just making it land consistently.
Oh, lovely work. Spin kick to the head. You love to see it.
Yeah, the body work from GodAteMyPig is just amazing so far. He's just non-stop. Every shot is landing. It's just, he's timing all his shots perfectly to where when Dave tries to come in or, you know, move his head, he's just landing to the body.
Yeah, he's looking very, very clean tonight. Got to be careful though. Obviously, DirtyDave looking to land those big uppercuts followed by the hooks, but GodAteMyPig answering back and got that head health blinking. He's doing great work right now, getting in and out, not taking too much damage, but answering back with big shots that are having, you know, pretty profound effects on the head health and stamina of DirtyDave.
He's making sure to only be throwing boxing shots in boxing range well, keeping on the outside as Dave's coming in, switches into this southpaw stance, possibly looking deep to that body, comes straight and goes digs down to the body again.
Sorry, silky smooth there, Doc. You love to see it. GodAteMyPig is really starting to come to life. The slip underneath the Superman punch. He's doing beautiful work, looking as clean as we've ever seen him. Look at that, to the front kick into the straight, sits him down, and I was looking for the finish, but Dave is not out of the, out of here yet. He's defending well, trying to stay composed, but it's very, very difficult against this man.
Silky smooth, striking here, switches to the body, puts on the pressure, comes up, leads with the uppercut, drops him down. Full 15 seconds left, and you've still got GodAteMyPig in your face. Look at the shots come down. And we were dropped in the 3 seconds.
Oh,
1 second left.
1 second, wow.
That's crazy, man. That was a performance.
Performance, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, but wondrous. I mean, GodAteMyPig looking as clean as we've ever seen him. If this is one of the first fights you've seen of him, then I mean, I'm sure that you're impressed, brother. He looked phenomenal tonight.
Because Dave is not a slouch. He's one of the best. He's one of the best we had in our league originally. He's, champ for a long time. But the thing is, like, GodAteMyPig took control of that fight and just dominated with those body shots non-stop.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's just the body work was insane.
Yeah, honestly, I, once again, I mean, I've said it a number of times, but, Dave's going to be back, bro. He's a very, very dangerous opponent, as you alluded to. But all about GodAteMyPig.
Dave loses one, he wins one. It's just the way Dave goes. But either way, he's always there in the top, and he's always there to dominate.
Yeah.
One of the best things to see.
But tonight, that's a big, big win for GodAteMyPig, and you love to see it. This guy works hard on his, performances. He obviously puts in the work to get better time after time. I cannot wait to see him out here again, because after such a big win, that's going to be a bit of a rocket ship, you would imagine, in terms of his position in the rankings. we'll have to see. You know, he's probably fairly close. I know that DirtyDave is still very highly ranked within the promotion. Obviously, former champion. Nobody's really kind of put on performances like that against him in the past. So, GodAteMyPig looking incredibly dangerous and definitely on form at this moment. With that all being said, though, I don't know if you know, but it is that time. We're going to be having EK Dyno up against MattyD. I mean, look, if you don't know, you should. EK Dyno, probably one of the best strikers on this game. Fights with a bit of a simulation style. Comes out there, looks incredibly good fighting on the outside. Likes to pick his opponent apart and take them into the later rounds. TMF MattyD, though, he is an incredibly dangerous opponent. You don't want to be exchanging with this man. He's got very dangerous combinations. And to be quite honest with you, obviously being undefeated, he's going to be coming in with very high confidence in this fight.
Indeed, like
Holly Holm.
Both of them are very good strikers as well. That's also another thing to note. It's like Max works the jab wonderfully. Fighting against him, it's so difficult to get on the inside. So I'm expecting Dyno to either be worried about it or maybe negate it. But it's going to be a tough fight for both opponents.
I mean, Dyno's the champion for a reason. He's incredibly dangerous. But honestly, so is the challenger. It's why he's here. Nobody's been able to stop him so far. He's 5-0. Even though his confidence is high, I know that he's going to be feeling it tonight. This is the main eventing spot, first position in the main eventing spot, I believe, for TMF MattyD, and it's up against a incredibly dangerous champion in EK Dyno.
Both men staying fairly tentative. Dyno coming in with the shots, lead body tape, pushed him Dyno away. Nunes has got that power, but Hollyholm's also got some incredible kickboxing and boxing.
Looking for Dyno to poke to the body from the outside and definitely try to work the range. Got to be very wary of the power of Nunes. I say that, but he answers with a nice little front kick. And there it is, the power. You can already see the head health getting a little bit low for Dyno, and you've got to love to see it. The perfect shots that are being placed from both opponents here. Look at that right there, slip and rip.
Yeah, this is a very fast-paced fight. Both competitors, they are taking their time and landing each shot, but it's also just extremely fast-paced. They're going in and out. It's just catching each other non-stop.
Yeah, I mean, look... Doc, I mean, I'm sure you'll agree, bro. MattyD looking very dangerous in the early goings, showing that he deserves this main event spot, currently ranked second, and Dyno's still doing what he needs to, still trying to continue to hold that center cage and work the outside.
Indeed. Well, normally when we see Dyno fight, he's normally on the back foot. In this time, he's pressuring, and MattyD is the one on the back foot. Even then, you can see MattyD is really confident. He's just finding places to land, finding shots. He's working Dyno down. I definitely see MattyD so far winning this fight, to be honest.
He's keeping it short. I mean, he's got an uphill battle for sure. I mean, like I said, the champion Dyno, he's very good as the fight goes on. He definitely comes to life in those 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds. Obviously, he's got to get there, though. MattyD landing some big shots on the inside already. And honestly, he's taking the KISS approach, the keep it simple, stupid approach, because he's not throwing anything big. He's not throwing anything crazy, just continuously looking to land short 1- and 2-punch combinations, mixing it to the head and body. And Wondrous, I think that's an intelligent approach against a high-level striker like Dyno.
Oh, for sure, because as we've seen him in the past, Dyno usually has just insane counter-punching ability, and just we're seeing a lot of aggression come out from him tonight, and it's working for him, but MattyD's not letting him just walk in without paying first. He's catching him when he's coming in. He's working the body. He's working the legs, landing those jabs very cleanly. So it's definitely a back-and-forth fight. And so far, I mean, both men have their stamina just about even.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, look, it's an interesting, like you say, approach from Dyno. He's definitely taking more center stage tonight. I absolutely love the ring generalmanship from him. He's doing a great job of maintaining that center cage, but honestly, it doesn't look like MattyD is being dissuaded by it at all. He stayed very composed, and as you mentioned earlier, Doc, landing nice inside shots and starting to stack up some nice damage on the champion.
He is being really clean. He may be taking the outside line, but it's not letting get to that. He may have lost that round with Dyno controlling the majority of it, but Nunes' power as well should be also taken note here. One clean counter and you're done for.
Oh, for sure.
You ready? You ready?
Yeah, these gentlemen are definitely making it a war for sure. Both
Well,
sides giving and taking.
all to play for here, brother. All to play for. Championship fight, title implications. Champion lands a beautiful head kick early in the second round. He's going to be pushing for this finish. He smells blood. He's going to be confident. After such a look at that again, the uppercut into the straight to the body off the slip. You love to see it. Silky smooth combinations.
And that is just the patience of Dyno. He's just waiting for that perfect strike and just landing those body shots just over and over again. And you would think, it's just Nunes is just going to be able to overpower, but it's the personal skill that's shining right now. Dyno is just dancing around, just looking for that perfect shot and setting it up with some really nice combos.
Completely agree. I mean, he's looking very, very good now. He's looking on fire, definitely starting to find his momentum. And as I alluded to a little bit earlier on, his ability to turn it up as the fight goes on, he definitely starts to find the momentum. But quite honestly, still at this point in the fight, we know how dangerous Amanda Nunes is and how well MattyD was doing with him earlier on as he lands a beautiful combination, following up with some...
Narrative, wasn't it?
I mean, mate, he almost put him down right there. That's a crazy combination he unleashes on Dyno as he's rocked.
Yeah, that's got to be a
lead,
big
leg kick.
confidence boost for MattyD now that he heard him. He realizes I can get in, I can land those power shots. He just has to be very careful when he backs up, backs up into the outside. As I say that, he gets caught with a disgusting
Oh!
And new MattyD, first TMF champion, picking up a phenomenal win. The knockout of the night for sure. Ends the champion's reign, able to be picking up a W, and that man's going to be feeling big about himself right now. That's a huge W for MattyD. Champion and new.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, look, that was a phenomenal fight. Quite genuinely, I'll be perfectly honest with you, I'd be interested to see the results and the voting for it. Nobody thought this would happen, they say. Nobody thought this would happen. Well, Jesus, they better know now. You didn't know about MattyD before? He is 6-0. He has beaten a very, very dominant champion in Dyno MMA. I believe Dyno MMA is 11-1 prior tonight. Not able to get the job done tonight. We know he's going to be back better than ever for sure, but MattyD, first TMF champion, looking phenomenal. Not much more to say about the man other than he looked crazy good tonight, man. Planted it well and stayed calm and composed, as you mentioned it earlier on in the fight, Dog.
Yeah, that was a hell of a read there. You saw Dyno earlier throw that lead fake leg kick into that rear head kick. He noticed it earlier, then he read it there cleanly. That was an impressive job by Matty, getting that clean read, surviving, and then countering with Nunes' power.
For sure, man. I mean, look, honestly, an absolutely phenomenal night of fights tonight. The main event standing out massively. Standout performances throughout. Obviously, we had GodAteMyPig. I mean, any major performances that stand out to you guys?
Well, I mean, obviously,
fight.
main event, Bang Bang's fight.
Yeah.
Southpaw, that fight was really nice. Southpaw. I mean, he didn't come out, with a win, but it was definitely in a back and forth fight for the majority of it.
Yeah, Swaggy looked really good at him.
The main event, that was a huge upset. Nobody thought that was I didn't think it was gonna happen. Congratulations to MattyD to proving pretty much everyone wrong.
Yeah, I mean, look, never bet against the man again. He showed tonight that he's incredibly dangerous. He isn't looking to play. He's always going to be here to take your head home with him if he gets an opportunity. And I am, for one, going to be incredibly interested in what he's going to be doing next. Who his defense is going to be against. Is it going to be Dyno again in that rubber match after obviously such a number of top performances and being champion for a while? Do we get to see a little bit of fresh blood? all still to be decided. We'll have to obviously get that all specced up and see what's in the cards for them all. But tonight he goes home with primetime gold and looked incredibly good doing so. So I am very, very impressed by that man and interested to see where he goes from here. With that being said, quick prelude to Monday's card. We're going to be having EK Slick up against Love for MMA. Both guys, obviously EK Slick, well known within the community, been with us for a very, very long time, putting on phenomenal performances, top to bottom. Interesting to see what Love for MMA has for him. He's also been looking incredibly good as of recent, putting together some good wins. Obviously, both guys having some stumbling blocks on their way, but now kind of peaking, if you will, kind of putting on these top performances over their recent cards. It's going to be a bantamweight card. Dominic Cruz, TJ Dillashaw. Going to be a fun matchup, guys. We mentioned earlier, always love to see realistic matchups, especially if the ones that have happened before, you know, in real life. With all of that being said, though, it has been an absolute pleasure calling these fights with y'all. Absolute pleasure for everybody starting by. We will be back on Monday, as I said, 2:30 Eastern, Monday night. Until then, stay safe, enjoy the fights, much love. We'll be raiding somebody. If you haven't already, hit the follow, and we'll catch you in the next one.